cause I don't want to interrupt when you be talking free Merry Christmas, man.
Oh my goodness, boys and girls. Prismalin with the 500 biddies. Thank you so much, Prisma. Very much appreciated. Guys, we have a show in store for you tonight. And I know I say that a lot. But tonight I actually have quite the shit show. Quite the shit show ready to get into. Barely Lethal, what's going on? We got Professor live in the house. Prismalin again, thank you so much for the 500 biddies, everybody. We are in the midst of something that I hope is going to be very magical. Mikey Perk, thank you so much for that host. Very much appreciated. Ladies and gentlemen, oh boy. Ooh! I'm a little excited right now. What can I say? I'm a little titillated. No pun intended. Not to, the topic of this show or anything. You know what I mean? Dragon Pony, Super Bolt. How are you two beautiful people doing? Max Johnson coming at me. I almost mispronounced that, but no. Joey C with the follow. Thank you so much. Very much appreciated. We got Virgo, Sun, Scorpio, Moon. How are you guys doing? What's going on? What's cracking? What's new? What's good? What is fresh? What is fresh? Ladies and gentlemen, this is exciting. This is exciting. I'm so excited. Chad, thank you so much for the follow. Dragon with the host coming at me. Oh! Very much appreciated. Very nice. Very, very nice. Very, very nice. All right, why don't we stop wasting time? All right, we got a lot of people here. We got people waiting. We got things to do. Let's get it done. All right, let's take care of business. Please tell me this is the right scene in OBS. That is not the right scene. There we go. This is the one without the green screen. Shit. Hold on. Pause the music. All right. There we go. Everybody, welcome to the show. We have a very special show in store for you all tonight. We have a panel, an array of folks that I have collected over the course of probably the last couple of hours to debate. I guess, I don't know. I'm trying to think of how to phrase this correctly. E-girls on Twitch? I don't know. But the point is, hold on, let me pause alerts actually. Otherwise this is going to get nightmarish. Sorry, I've had like little to no time to set anything up, so let me just get it. Thank you guys all for the follows, by the way. I do really appreciate it. Welcome everybody to the stream that is new here. Hopefully we can make this stream a very educational one. Dragon Pony, that's a good question. Can we ask questions? I think if we have time for a Q&A segment at the end, we will definitely do questions. But I mean, I don't know. I guess either way, Prismalin with the timid. God damn it! Prismalin, thank you so much for the 10 gifted subs. Jesus Christ, very much appreciated. Very, very much appreciated, Prisma. Guys, so for this stream, we got a whole panel waiting. They're all, I'm looking at them right now. They're eager to jump on this. We're going to jump in there in just a second. Before we get started, I want to lay down the ground rules so everybody is completely aware. I'm going to attempt to make this as civil as a debate as possible. So what I am going to be doing is everybody is going to be getting timed responses when I bring up certain topics. Everybody's going to get a fair amount of time to say their piece. We're going to have a little back and forth amongst the panel, and we're all going to make sure that nobody gets in any fights. Ultimately, the goal of this is to sit down and actually have a civilized discussion about this issue that's been, I guess you could say, plaguing this platform since for a while now. Not the issue itself, but more so the polarization that it's caused. And I think if we can all sit down, have a civil discussion, hear both sides of the argument and really, listen and try to understand each other, we might just be able to break through and make some progress in uniting. Who am I kidding? But we're gonna try, goddammit! So guys, without further ado, I want to introduce you all to the panel. Let me just get everything going. Hold on here. Oh shit, I did the wrong button. We're off to a great start. Alright, hang on. Crap. There we go. Alright. Welcome everybody to the show. How is everybody doing tonight? What's going on? What's cracking? So guys, we're gonna start by going through every single person in this room right now, and we're going to have you all introduce yourselves to my illustrious audience. So we'll start in order. We'll just kind of go left to right all the way down, starting with Positive Kitty, if you are comfortable with that.
My Discord decided to update.
The do what?
My Discord decided to update.
Oh.
That's what kicked me out.
Oh. Well, Julia got you, so we're good. Kitty, tell us more about you.
Hey y'all, my name is Positive Kitty. I'm a variety streamer, and I'm also very positive wording, but I'm also a devil's advocate as well. So I can't wait to show you what.
I just realized I have something against TOS on my desk. I'm slowly moving it so no one sees it.
All right.
Probably shouldn't tell on yourself. But
Does anybody else have anything that's TOS-y in their vicinity that we should address?
Just these.
Another thing that's against TOS is just within arm's reach down on my floor.
I got something within arm's reach too. It's TOS.
This is real spicy. She could literally nuke all of our streams right now.
Oh.
It could be over for
So
everyone.
Oreo, don't piss us off.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna try really hard. Loli, this is a great time for you to introduce yourself. Tell everybody about Loli.
Well, it's great to be here, I guess. I'm pro titty streamers, titties for life. To an extent. I don't know if I should. Honestly, I'm debating whether to label myself as a sex worker or not, because my definition of sex worker is different than most people's. So, but I have an OnlyFans. I do lewds, not nudes, and I'm not afraid to tell people to shut the. Can I swear on this?
Keep it somewhat civil, but yeah, I'll allow it.
To shush when telling me that I'm not respecting my body enough to show the world. And I think my body's art, and I could do with whatever I want with it because it's mine, not theirs. Why does my body bother them? They could just mute or block me. Woo! Okay, yeah, anyways.
All right. So that's a lowly bat. Rora, who needs almost no introduction, but we'll give it to her anyway because it's only fair. Rora, tell everybody, who the hell are you?
Do I really have to watch my mouth? Because that terrifies me.
Have you ever seen Oreo's stream? He's full of shit.
Just all right. Look, I'll break the tension. Fuck. All right, continue.
All right, good, because I have a horrible mouth. My name is Roar Pickles. I do all different kinds of streams. I zoom in on my face a lot. I'm sure to make you uncomfortable. I do cooking and gaming as well.
Did you say cocaine or cooking?
Twitter, I apologize, because it's great content. Sorry, what?
Did you just say cocaine?
Did you just say cocaine or cooking?
No.
Cooking!
Cooking! What?
I thought I was the only one that heard it the other way.
All right. Cast plays. Oh, wait.
Hello.
Wait, hold on. Loli is raising her hand, indicating she wants to say something.
I also forgot to say I'm a variety streamer between cosplays, makeup, arts and gameplay.
All right. Well, there you go. Cast Plays, take it away.
Hi, I'm another person that doesn't need an introduction because nobody knows who the fuck I am. I just came back to streaming after a year. I'm probably going to be a variety streamer, but I want to talk about topics like this. And I am going to be taking a neutral stance for the titty debacle.
A neutral stance. Okay. Interesting.
My hubby.
Interesting.
Dibs.
Very, very interesting. We shall see. Awkward Canadian. Lay it all out there.
So, I'm actually new to streaming. I just started a couple months ago, and I absolutely love it. It's honestly changed my life for the better. And I love meeting everyone in the community. And I'm a girl gamer, I guess you would say. And yeah, I mainly play Overwatch. But yeah, I'm here as an anti/devil's advocate. So I'm going to be kind of seeing what happens, I guess.
A cutie.
All right.
Softball blush, don't do that to me.
Adorable.
There you go. All right. Manic. Let's hear it.
What's going on? I'm Manic. Hold on, sorry. Had my headphones going off. I am Manic of Manic Studios. I've only been streaming a short time. I am on the anti-stance. You're all sinners. You're all going to hell for the things you are doing. It is terrible. Stop it. And that's about it.
All right. Well,
everyone got real
that
silent.
was very passionate.
Jesus Christ, guys! I'm just kidding.
Very passionate intro, if I say so myself.
I wasn't sure if it was serious. I was like, oh wow.
We're getting
Everyone
this
got
started
some
pretty heated.
shit.
I gotta say.
I honestly, I thought Manic was just playing devil's advocate until he went there, and I was like, wait, am I wrong in this? Thinking this?
You know,
Jumps.
I just got my I got my opinions on the whole thing about how it's handled.
I understand.
Define it. You know what I'm saying? Define
Yeah.
titty streamer, and let's see if it matches up to what I'm anti about it. So that's what it comes
That's
down to.
something
All
you
right.
should do, Oreo, we should go through once after introductions.
That's on the topic list.
we have some topics to hit off. Penelope, introduce yourself.
Hello, I'm Penelope. I have a DDR arcade machine. We cook, we walk. Yeah, we do crafts. We do a lot of IRL. I would consider myself a variety streamer. I get a lot of comments like, wow, you look like a titty streamer. Where are your lewds? And I'm like, I don't do lewds. And they're like, does not compute.
All right.
I'm here for titties. I'm sorry, I felt that was a little obvious. I'm here for titties. I love titties.
She loves titties, everybody.
Danny?
All right.
Danny?
Danny.
Hi,
Sweet
sorry.
love, it's
Danny.
your turn.
She's like all crawling around.
All right. Danny, introduce yourself.
Mom.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, my ferret is freaking out. I had to figure out why.
Relatable.
I'm Danny. I'm obviously for titties. If you don't know me, I was the girl who was recently called out last night for being Twitch's biggest e-thought. So I've officially, taken the ranks of Twitch's biggest e-thought. So that's who I am. Very nice to meet all of you.
I aspire to be.
And this is Megalodon.
Hi, baby. You're so cute.
So cute.
Megalodon.
Is this how this whole issue sparked this morning?
What?
With a
It
what?
was last night, too, this morning.
Oh no, I got called out
it
last
seems
night.
like this whole thing just like flew. Like I woke up and everyone
Yeah, that was
is
my fault.
talking
I'm
about
sorry.
this.
That was totally
Yeah,
my fault.
someone like directly added her and another female streamer and was like, "This is
Yeah.
directed at you," and it blew up.
Yeah, sorry. This guy might be.
I
might
didn't
just
know we were featuring pets. Or I
Yeah.
forgot some.
I'm
How
sorry.
old are they?
All right.
He's 6 weeks old. He's not doing well right now.
Bearded Donkey. We almost
wanna be
lost
that
you,
guy.
but we have you yet again.
Okay.
And
you
your
wanna stay in there, you
webcam
can.
has just gone black for me. Hold on.
God damn it.
What just happened?
I'm watching the
looks
ferret
frozen.
situation.
Oh god, we
tornado.
lost him. Oh god, we lost him! No!
He does have tornadoes with rolling blackouts in the area.
Oh! Yeah, he
Are you
does.
comfortable in there?
Hey,
Wait,
he's
wait,
back!
wait.
Way! survived the tornado.
It's a Christmas miracle, everyone.
All right, Bearded, quick
The
before the tornado kills you, introduce yourself.
Everybody, I'm Bearded Donkey. I am a neutral. I'm anti and a pro. I get both sides, honestly, and I can argue both pretty well. I'm a variety streamer as well. Right now, I'm streaming old games because I'm on a backup GPU. And anyways, let's get it going.
All right.
Danny, I want to be your
There it
ferret.
is.
I'm sorry.
So, what would
I want to be your ferret.
what would an introduction be without the star of the show, of course, me. No, I'm kidding. So, okay, for those of you who don't know, my name is Oreo Side. I am the moderator of this debate and the host of this channel. Obviously, I will be making sure that everybody doesn't kill each other, and I'll be making sure that everybody gets a fair input to say their piece. Other than that, typically I'm a variety streamer. I stream Mondays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. I'm kind of off schedule right now, but for the most part, usually Monday, Wednesday, Thursday nights. I'm playing Life is Strange 2 right now, and who knows what I'm gonna play next. So you never know. Anybody who's new here, thank you so much for the follows. If you hit the follow button, I do greatly appreciate it. And with that being said, let's dive right into it, shall we? So the topic of tonight, we're talking about
I'm being ignored.
what? Sorry, what?
And my hand, I was like, I was aggressively shaking it.
Okay, well, all right, okay. God, we haven't even started yet. What do you want?
I was preoccupied with baby. I forgot to say that I'm a streamer who does tarot readings and ASMR, and I dance. Ow!
And yeah.
All right.
He bit. I'm sorry.
Um.
Hold on, I'm grabbing
Wait
something.
a minute. Oh, you know what I think I forgot to do? I think I forgot to
Forgot to hit the live button.
No, I think. Is it out of sync? People are saying my mic's out of sync.
Shame.
Damn it, Oreo.
Hold on.
Pro streamer.
Well, yeah. Look, this is the first time we're doing this. All right. We're working out the kinks. Okay. So the topic of tonight, obviously, we're going to be talking about e-girls on Twitch and the effect that it has on the website as a whole. Does it negatively affect other streamers? Does it positively affect Twitch as a community? What are the pros? What are the cons? What are the in-betweens? And tonight we're going to try to put as many of those to rest through a healthy, civilized, and well-moderated debate. So, with that being said, we do have a few topics that we are going to be covering on this issue. The first of which is, listen up, everybody. Oh crap! I should have rewritten this to phrase it as a question.
Ooh, why does this look so good?
The what? It's just you. It's just you. You're what looks good.
Oreo, I know that
There
little
you
topic
go.
list that we have
Oh, that was
has
actually
in there
sweet. I
somewhere
was
like for a
thinking something.
definition for what a booby streamer really is. so we should probably
Actually,
start with that.
that's a good thing to start off on. Actually, why don't we?
I thought you
All
were
right.
gonna be mean to me, Oreo.
Does everybody want to define what a titty streamer is? Just so anybody not aware knows what the hell we're talking about. Do we want to do this individually or individually? All right. We're gonna go quick down the line in order like we did with the intro. So, Positive Kitty, how would you define a titty streamer?
Well, there's actually two ways you could define it. You can define it as the ones who like to wear the tank tops and that's all they can wear because their boobs are so heavy, and that's the only thing that fits them. But then there's the other ones who like to wear the crops all the way up to here, and that's it. That's all they wear.
Okay.
I feel called out because I wear both of those.
Can I have an interjection?
Not yet. We're not gonna do interjections yet.
But that's what all the males think. Well, not all the males, but the ones that think that we're trying to steal their views because we're wearing that kind of stuff.
Okay. Loli, how would you define titty streamers?
For me specifically, the negative connotation is a girl that solely relies on her body and has no personality behind her content. The positive connotation I have for it is girls like Danny, me, and anyone else that are happy about our bodies and love to show them off, whether it's on stream or off stream. I have two definitions.
Okay. Works for me. Rora, how would you define the titty streamer?
I take it as a negative thing. I actually fucking hate the definition. It implies, you have no substance. As if, I wear something low cut, I'm unintelligent, and my content is lacking, so I need that to boost my views. That's how I take the definition.
All right. Very, very good. Cast, how would you define them?
I think Rora's definition is actually what a lot of people would think a booby streamer is. I don't think I would necessarily say whether or not a booby streamer is intelligence or has substance just because she is or is not a booby streamer, though. But wearing certain clothes, always getting done up, and having some kind of extra appearance to themselves. I think I remember reading a story about a girl that would wear one or two bras or whatever to get that extra cleavage push. I would probably define somebody like that as a booby streamer, but I don't think I would necessarily say whether or not they're intelligent or not just based on that definition.
All right. Fantastic. Awkward Canadian. Take it away.
So, I don't think that every girl that shows cleavage is automatically a booby streamer, because a lot of girls will wear cleavage every so often, not every stream and stuff. But I think that when you start to rely on sort of your own assets to be the only thing kind of going on in your stream, then that kind of starts to become more of a titty streamer. Content, and you're entertaining and stuff, and you're not just showing off your tits, then it's all good. I don't know, I think that just because you have tits on stream doesn't mean you're automatically a booby streamer. I think it kind of goes along with what your content is, what you're talking about, and what your community is like as well.
All right, fantastic. Manic, how would you define them?
I wouldn't put it so much as titty streamer. Okay, let me put it like this. There's titty streamers and there's streamers with tits. Okay? That's the best way I can put it. Titty streamer, like Lolly said, relying purely on your assets to get you by. No content, no personality, nothing going. You sit there in damn near dead silence. Now there's your streamers with tits. Much like the females here, they have busts, they can't help it. So what? I'm not against it. I mean, let's be real. There's some bust in this room. That is not an unknown thing. There's bust in this room. Y'all have boobs. Okay.
I'm uncomfortable that you're pointing that out right now.
They're all dirty titty streamers.
Oh
Dirty
man.
All right. Hey, hold on. Let him finish.
But yeah, so that's where I'm trying to define the line where I'm coming from. Are you using your assets, or do you have some general content behind what you do? Are you an artist? Or do you have a good podcast going on? Do you have good gaming content? Are you a creator somehow? Cooking, whatever. That's where I feel the line needs to be drawn and how I define it.
All right, Loli, we'll. All right, I didn't let Danny cut in earlier, but I'll let you cut in. And then if Danny, is what you're gonna say relevant? Because you're right. I probably should give you fair say as well.
It was relevant.
Okay.
Hashtag was.
Positive Kitty said that titty streamers were girls who wore things like crop tops or tank tops and stuff like that. And I just wanted to point out, just because a woman specifically wears a crop top or a tank top doesn't mean that she knows what she's doing. Crop tops are in fashion. They are trendy. And it's like you can go out on the street and you see fucking middle schoolers wearing crop tops. Like everybody wears crop tops. So I think it's perfectly acceptable to go on Twitch and expect a vast majority of women who even kind of pay attention to fashion culture would be wearing crop tops.
All right. Fair enough. Good, decent interjection. Loli, what did you have to say?
I was just gonna ask Manic, what's the definition for good gaming content? Because I suck at gaming, but I still play.
I mean, guys look at
Hey,
gaming too, but some
real
like titty
facts.
streamers.
I couldn't tell you because I don't even stream games. I don't watch game streams. You know what I mean. I couldn't tell you what's decent there. I couldn't.
Because I was
But
gonna say I suck
Is there
at
general?
gaming.
Hey, I would watch somebody fail on a game all day. Don't get it twisted. If I had that time, if I had that time to put into it. I mean, I don't even stream anymore. Really, I think I've streamed maybe a total of like 2-3 days in the past like 6 months. So I mean that you're defining good gaming content. I couldn't tell you there. I mean, simple as that.
All right. We'll leave it there then. Penelope, how would you define the titty streamer?
I think I have to mostly agree with what Rora said, because I think that's how people see it, is that, it's like, oh, low cut top, and in the just chatting category, doesn't matter what she's doing, it's all about them titties.
All right.
And I don't think that's a very positive way to look at it.
All right. Fair enough. Wait, am I out of order here? Danny! How would you define?
Hi.
How would you define them?
I'm gonna come out and say it. I don't think titty streamers exist, at least in the way that people are leading on to say that they do. There are like a lot of people think that if there's a chick, like a lot of people said in the just chatting section, and you can even see a sliver of titty, that she's a titty streamer. And like that's not true. Like some women have big old badonkadonks and they got these big old milkers, and like no matter what they do, you're gonna see their titties. It's just it's genetics, boo boo. It's genetics. And like another thing is like people who are like, well, if they're sitting there on their webcam in a crop top and they suck at the game, that makes them a titty streamer. But like a lot of these other guys, they really fucking suck at video games, and they don't get negative connotations glued to them just because they fucking suck. Like they're just some other Tom, Dick, and Harry in the Fortnite section fucking struggling to win duos. Like just because there's another chick struggling to win duos who's pretty doesn't mean that she's a titty streamer. And it's one of those things that like women's bodies are very vastly sexualized and marketed and sold. Like, the saying sex sells. It's not sex that sells. It's pretty conventionally attractive women who sells, because that's what society likes, because most people on Twitch are males. And guess what most males like? Titties! So if they see titties, they're going to click on it. And I don't think that titty streamers exist.
Penelope, you have an interjection you would like to offer?
I want to layer on top of that. I want to mention that the people who design our clothes and the people who sell us our clothes
are men.
Fashion is very it's men. It's most designers are male names. Most luxury designers. Louboutin isn't a woman. So if y'all stop making clothes like this, maybe they wouldn't even exist for us to wear. But y'all make them.
But to finish,
this shirt's from Walmart.
This shirt is from a Goodwill. I don't know. But I don't think that titty streamers in the sense actually exist or matter in the terms that like the Twitch community is making it out to be. I literally think that there's just women on Twitch who are being sexualized whether they want to or not, and some women have decided to monetize that sexualization that was going to happen to them regardless. And can you blame them for that?
All right.
Might as well make money off of it. Guys are gonna look anyways.
All right. And last but not least, the bearded donkey.
They 100% do exist. And I'll tell you why. There are 3 types of successful streamers out there. There's the competitive type who can win games and dominate. There's the comedic type entertainers who can entertain and just keep people watching no matter what. And there are the engagers, those who are mediocre at gameplay but can engage in a community and can grow a community. The titty streamers that we're talking about are those who literally use their bodies, are garbage engagers, are garbage competitives, and are not entertaining at all. They simply use their bodies to push their traffic off of Twitch. That's all. That's my issue with titty streamers. Is their sole purpose is to be on Twitch to tease their content off stream to drive traffic to their Patreon. That is my issue. If you are a great entertainer, competitive girl, or engager, whatever it is, I don't care if you got your boobies hanging out. That's a tool. Use the tools that you've been given for all. I don't care. But when you're driving traffic away from Twitch solely for that purpose, that's where I have issue.
All right, Cass, you would like to interject?
Just to clarify what you said, you said there were 3 types of successful streamer, and like booby streamers were one of them, right?
No, I'm not. That label, like I said, booby streamer is just
or like somebody giving some kind of sexual
type, in my opinion.
Is not a successful type. That's what you're saying.
In terms of what I believe success is, as far as like engagement, community growth, everything else, if you are just strictly a titty streamer, you're a successful business person at driving traffic somewhere else. Not, in my opinion, that's all my opinion.
Okay. I don't really think they're necessarily driving traffic directly from Twitch. They probably do get a certain amount of it, but they can't actually drive directly from Twitch to their like OnlyFans page or their Patreon, because that's against the rules. And we're all content creators here. We all know a little bit about it, and whether we have 1 viewer or 15, it's really hard to drive viewers or followers from one platform to another, let alone having them go from one platform to another and then a third destination, which would be your quote unquote provocative entertainment like Patreon or OnlyFans.
All right, I'm gonna let Bearded respond to that, and then I'm gonna let Lolibat interject.
No, like I said, I have no problem with women using their bodies to get views. That does not bother me. It's when the sole purpose of using it is to not be a good content creator on Twitch, but to be a teaser show for your adult content you drive somewhere else. Because then you're using Twitch as a semi-sexual platform, which it's not supposed to be strictly from terms of service.
All right, Lolibat.
I have a question. Can I go first? Because I wanted to go off directly what Cass said. I don't know what Lolly has to say, but I'm going directly off of what Cass said.
Lolly, are you okay with that?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right.
Okay, so another thing is, I am a lewd content creator. I create lewd content, but it is separated from my Twitch platform. It is like Cass said, it is actually against TOS to mention your affiliation to any type of Patreon that has not safe for work content, or OnlyFans that has not safe for work content. And it is actually against TOS to advertise it on your page, or else a certain big streamer would have her diamond tier on her panels. And it's completely against TOS. And actually, women who do lewd content creation or use Twitch as a device or I guess funneling system to get more viewers onto their content, it actually doesn't work out for them. It actually backfires on them. They actually get less interaction on Twitch, and they get less traffic, and they're less likely to be engaged with or like be seen on Twitch, because Twitch's algorithm actually has a thing where if you have been deemed lewd by Twitch, they will actually try to push you further out of the algorithm. And there's a couple stats, and I could talk about it later. There's a couple stats that actually talk about people who are considered not safe for work or people who are considered not brand friendly are actually funneled out of people's recommendations and are not seen. So girls who use Twitch as a platform to funnel people onto their lewd websites or their Patreons or OnlyFans like that, it doesn't work for them, and it never works for them. So most of the time, even if they are doing that, it's not going to get them anywhere.
Yeah. One thing. Well, go ahead. I'll bring this up afterwards because you have people raising their hands.
Yeah.
Mine's unrelated, so
So
mine's related to what Bearded Donkey said.
In the interest of time, Bearded Donkey, if you would like to respond to that, and then we'll bring Lolibat, and then we're gonna move on to the next topic.
Just so we're 100% clear. Again, I'm not saying all women who do this are titty streamers. I am saying that there are those who do. That is the.
But what's
argument.
wrong with that? That's my question. What the fuck is wrong with that if you do that? What's wrong with that as long as it's not geared toward children?
Hold on. All right, hold on.
Do we all agree that terms of service exists?
Yes,
Okay, is sexual content allowed in terms of service?
to a point.
Let me
hold on. Is sexual content allowed in terms of service?
But people make dirty jokes on Twitch
I
all the
don't
time.
care.
and
That's
okay.
not what I asked. I asked, is sexual content allowed in terms of service?
I'm not going to take your bait. I'm not going to do that.
Hold on. Wait.
It's not
Hold on.
bait.
Everybody.
Can I say something, please?
Lolly, get it.
All right. Bearded, did that? Is that all you have to say, or?
Yeah. I'm good. I'd
Okay.
like to hear the rest.
I'm gonna let Loli interject, and then we're gonna move on.
Can't you say about any streamer with a Patreon?
I do want to stop there on the whole Patreon. Not everyone with a Patreon is strictly about the dirty nudes.
Same with OnlyFans.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about anyone with a Patreon. If someone's pushing that on their streams, can't you say the same thing about them? Whether it's
She has a
lewd or not.
point. She has a point.
Whether it is that
Like if
18
somebody,
up content,
if,
is that what you're asking?
if somebody is streaming
Just a normal
and they advertise their Patreon or somehow advertise their Patreon at a different, like cosplay streamers who do cosplay.
Isn't that the same thing?
See, I don't know how where you define it right there in that sense. Now, if you're consistently pushing for the 18 up content,
No,
like
just
a
a
big
Patreon.
majority do. But you're
Save
right
your
with the
Patreon.
cosplay thing. I never brought up the Patreon thing, but you're right, and that's why I'm getting at with that is you're that general content creator. You're involved in makeup design, costume design. It's a
Stream
big
coaching.
culture.
Stream coachers are literally always talking about their Patreon on their streams, and they actively use their streams to push their Patreon and other services that they
Couldn't
use.
you say
to
the same thing
stream
about
videos.
them?
But when you start adding your like Twitter platforms and other platforms where it's known that your Patreon content is not cosplay, obviously, that's where it falls in that
How's
different
that a
matters. I mean,
difference? What's the difference?
stop me if I'm wrong, because like he said,
What's the
it's the
difference?
sexualized
Sexualized
content of
content
it.
cannot be spread around.
No,
Wait,
no,
so
no,
hold
no.
on. We can
No,
drive
I
traffic
didn't
off
say
of
that.
Twitch if
I
it's
didn't
for
say
stream
that.
code?
We're talking Twitch platform.
Right, but
No,
we can drive
like you
traffic
said.
off of Twitch if it's
Yeah,
if it's
it's
for
not
stream
against
coaching
West
or
Drive
if it's for drawing. But if it's because somebody wants to make money,
Because it's still a benefit towards the Twitch platform. Because
if,
it's
if
coaching
it's somebody's drawing,
in
it's
the
not.
regard.
Someone's drawing or someone's art,
If-
that Patreon, that's not benefiting Twitch at
Same
all.
with
That's you
cosplay.
benefiting them. Same with cosplay.
Like,
None of that
just
benefits
cosplay.
Twitch.
So you don't think graphic design's a big part of any of that? Anything
don't-
that Twitch
Let
is
me-
big, you don't
let
think
me-
graphic
All right,
design-
all right.
Reiterate my
I'm gonna
point.
let Loli have the last word on this, and then we're gonna move on.
To reiterate my point, let me put it this way. If a woman is on stream, she has her tits out, she has an OnlyFans, a Twitter account, what's the difference between that Twitter account, besides the sexualization, and we're talking about content, and a normal artist platform or a Twitch coach streamer's Twitch? What's the difference between both of those besides the sexualization? They're both content. They both have audiences. There's no difference. It's not against TOS to drive traffic away from Twitch. Me advertising
But
that I
it-
have a Patreon is the same thing as someone else saying I have a Patreon too. My Patreon's actually non-lewd.
Yeah, no,
All right.
look, I'll agree with you on that aspect of, and that's where it comes from, the content you're pushing. You know, are you pushing the 8? And that's where I kept saying that 18 and up content draws the line on that. And on top of that, when you're sitting here on stream and you're not really adding to content creation,
We're
you're
not
sitting
talking
there
about that. We're talking
doing
about
absolute-
going on
Let
Twitch
him
and
finish.
advertising.
Let him finish.
and when you're pushing sexualized content on this platform in specific, these platforms, okay, there's other platforms to do that on. We're talking specifically this platform. Now, I didn't say there's anything wrong with pushing the Patreon, but I think there's something wrong with pushing the sexualized aspects of Patreons. Yeah, certain ones. Yeah, I do think it's an issue in the sense. I mean, it's just
That's the reason why there's
especially for the
PLS.
website that it is. You know what I mean?
Hold on.
And I could be wrong. I mean, there's 18 and up mature, where you set your streams. So I don't know how that works out. Again, like I said, I haven't even been streaming that long, but that's how I'm viewing it.
All right, and we're gonna.
Do I think any female is wrong for doing it? No, but I'm not gonna spend my money on it. I mean, if that's where it's coming from, no offense.
All
no
right,
offense
all
anyway. I didn't mean that way, but yeah, I mean, I don't have to sit here and subscribe to anybody. I think it's dumb when people throw up that fit about that. Well, then just don't subscribe to her. Don't watch her stream. That's not a big deal. But I mean, that's just it.
All right, we're gonna end it there.
And the male is at fault too because the male glorifies.
We're gonna end it there.
That aspect of it too.
We're gonna end it on that note, and we're gonna move on to our next topic. So the first topic for tonight, just to keep things rolling. I know everybody's already very heated as it is. So first topic I have. Let's talk about the alleged misconception, and I'm trying to word this as neutrally as I possibly can. The alleged misconception that it is easier for girls on the platform because just by virtue of them being female. And what are everybody's thoughts on that?
I go first.
We'll let Awkward go first, and then we will bring in a pro person.
So I don't actually think that's true, only because, girls that put themselves out there on this platform usually get more harassment than guys do. Let's just be honest about that. And them having to deal with that stuff doesn't make it easier for them. It makes it 10 times harder for them. And when they're putting themselves out there and, maybe showing more of their body than other girls do, it's also making them harder on this platform, to deal with all of the comments and stuff. So I don't think it's easier. I mean, maybe if you're a guy, you could think that we get more views, sure, but we have to deal with more of the assholes out there and more of the guys saying that, we're just on the platform to expose ourselves and stuff.
All right. Rora, we're going to let you go. I know Loli had a little bit of time to interject earlier, so we're going to give Rora a chance, if that's okay.
We're roundtabling this, right? Everybody gets a chance to.
Yes, I'm going to try to make this as fair as possible. I kind of I kind of lost track of the timer a little bit a while ago, so I'm gonna do the best in my head to make sure that everybody's
just wing it,
allotted equal time. But yeah, so we'll if anybody at any point does not feel like I have given them enough time, please let me know, and I will do my best to ensure that your voice is heard. But Rora, what are your thoughts?
As an ex-cam girl, I can tell you 110% right now that having assets or beauty does not guarantee you views or money. When I first came over to Twitch, I was a cam girl too, and I was for a few months. And I never connected the two. I had separate accounts. I never once mentioned it or tried to drive traffic over. That was my personal choice. I wanted to develop a separate community. But when I first started Twitch, I used to dress a lot more skimpy. And it wasn't because I necessarily thought it would get me views, but it's because what I was used to. And I had my fucking average viewers was like 3. Okay? It's not until I started showing my personality and being myself that I actually got viewers. So no, it did not guarantee me viewers. I've actually made next to no money on Twitch, next to none. And when I was a cam girl, you would have to work your ass off to get people to come into your room and tip you. It had nothing to do with how you looked. There are people that were, that looked all different types of people. You know what I mean? It has nothing to do with how you look or what you dress like. It's genuinely, like, for example, we know of a big popular female streamer. I recently learned from Danny that she didn't really grow until she got popular on LSF. It does not fucking guarantee you views. There's got to be something. And just because people focus on the few female streamers that are popular for maybe their bodies or whatever have it, then the assumption is female streamers are successful because of their bodies.
All right.
That's it.
Cast would like to step in. Let's hear it.
Hey, so Rora is completely correct about this. I went over some things before the stream. I went on the top followed Twitch streamers list for December 2019 earlier, and you have to go 61 spaces down from number 1 to find anybody that you could even possibly conceive to be a titty streamer. The next one down from that is 70th in place, and then the next one after that is 90th. Now, I haven't watched any of those girls' content before. The only thing I based it off of is if I'm like some guy on Twitter who wants to complain about girls, I'm going to look for pictures of girls that have like cleavage or something. And that's what these 3 were from, right? So those were the only 3 girls. And I think there was only maybe 4, maybe 5 girls in the top 100 Twitch viewers anyway. And I went down a little farther off of that list and still didn't see a whole lot of female faces. So it's completely asinine to say that your body or showing off cleavage or anything like that is going to get you any more recognized. It's probably going to get you more condemned than anything else.
Well, in the list of top 10 streamers of all time, highest paid, they're almost all men too, right? Highest views, highest paid. Just have to interject with that.
All right. Would anybody from the anti side like to interject? Otherwise, I'm gonna go for Danny and Penelope.
I'm gonna throw this one down here. That I think it's easier for females to obtain the viewerships, but it's maintaining the viewerships that's really seems really difficult for a lot of female streamers. And that, I mean, I definitely agree with, yeah, it's very easy for female streamers to start rising, but it's maintaining their viewership and maintaining good communities that I think females have that struggle with because they get this label or that label. So, I mean, and, Aurora, props for coming from, one industry to another. Like, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? That's dope. You kept everything separate. Like, I approve of something like that. Absolutely. I think that's high as fuck.
All right. Danny, since you were the first to raise your hand, I'm gonna take it over to you.
I have 2 points. First point is what going off of what Rora said, this popular female streamer, she actually struggled to go above 100 average viewers concurrently, and she struggled to maintain a consistent viewership until those people who didn't like her started posting her on live stream fails and made her really, really popular. So the point of this is, if you hate titty streamers so much, stop fucking posting them on live stream fails, stop fucking making Twitter posts about them, and stop talking about them, and they'll die out. The people who are making titty streamers popular are the people who hate them and make fun of them. And it gives them a bigger audience. So by trying to destroy the titty streamers, you are actually enabling the titty streamers to become even more popular and even more successful than you, because you are so jealous and bitter that you can't fucking resist from watching her stream hours on ends just to wait for her to do one fuck up to post her on live stream fails. Second thing is going off of stats. The top 500, the top female streamers, the top streamers with the most average viewers on all of Twitch, the girl with the most average viewers in all female streamers is actually a Korean streamer who doesn't even fucking use a webcam, and she plays Minecraft. The second highest average female streamer with the highest average views, coming in at 126th, is actually Pokimane. And I think that we can all agree unanimously that Pokimane is not a titty streamer, and she's never been a titty streamer. The third
Not at all.
most popular female streamer, coming in at 150th place, is another Korean streamer who doesn't even have tits. She's completely flat-chested.
Sorry to interject,
again,
but what is
wears
just for everybody here? What's your source on this information, just so everybody knows?
Stream stats. Literally, you can go on any stream stats website and click top 500 streamers based on views. You can literally Google any stream stats website and it'll give you, because everybody knows that your views are public. So you can literally go on any
Solly
stats
Gnome,
website.
Twitch Tracker, all those.
Solly Gnome, Twitch Tracker, any
Okay.
of them. You
Yeah,
can
I just
find them-
want everybody in the chat to like know where
Yeah,
these
you
sources
can go to
were coming
any
from.
Twitch. You can go to any Twitch tracking website, and usually the most popular female streamers are actually Korean streamers who do not sexualize their content in the slightest. And actually, most of them don't even use webcams. Actually, most of them actually use those little waifu anime cam things where it's not even a real person.
You could thank the weebs like me for that. Sorry.
All right.
Yeah.
Penelope, you've had your hand up forever. We're gonna let you go.
Thank you. I kind of wanted to mention the fact that, you know, before it was views, this isn't a new issue, because before it was views, it was loot in games or spots in a guild or spots on a team. This has been a thing since the beginning of gaming. Women have always used their breast for blank. It's not new. This is just their new argument, because now it's easier to say, well, look at them on Twitch. We can see the boobs now. They're not just implied across an empty space. And I think that it's not going anywhere. It's not going anywhere. There's always going to be people who are bitter, because it's just bitterness.
All right.
They don't want women in the space at all.
All right. Loli, we will cut to you, and then we'll see if there's anybody on the anti side that would like to chime in again.
I'm gonna say this. I started streaming in the beginning of the year. I was involved in a bunch of different communities. That's why I got affiliated, because they helped me get there. But I have moved 0.5 views, average views, from my affiliation. So I have 3.5 still to this day. Tits don't do anything for you. And most of the time, I don't stream with my tits out. I stream in pajamas. I stream in sweatshirts. I still get assholes in my chat saying, "You thick though." And they don't even know I have a Twitter, because I don't link my lewd Twitter. I link my plain one. I still get harassed. So it doesn't matter if I have my tits out or not. I still get harassed because I'm a woman. Tits don't help. It's men that sexualize us that do.
I agree.
All right.
Yeah, if men
Too.
weren't spending money on this, then it wouldn't be happening.
Stop sexualizing us.
Tits aren't stealing your viewers.
I agree.
Your
Maybe
garbage
tell
content's
schools
not
to stop
keeping
telling
you.
girls to not wear tank tops.
All
Because
right.
little boys will be distracted.
All right. Manic, I think I saw your hand up. If you'd like to add in something.
Yeah, and this is coming from something I know, and I don't know if it's the way the analytics work on the page or whatever it is, but do y'all think there has been a fluctuation of people coming from the streaming adult industry into the more mainstream YouTube?
That's
Twitch
literally only
stream
Sasha Grey.
scene?
It's literally only Sasha. Just say Sasha Grey. She's the only one. She's the only one.
Really?
She's the only
No,
one. Sasha Grey.
I'm pretty sure
Sasha
Mia
Grey-
Khalifa did some streaming as well, right?
For the purposes of what may be TOS or not, let's try to avoid using specific names.
Yeah, that's sketchy.
Whoops.
Yeah, just be cautious from here on out.
Like,
but-
I'm just
Don't know a
saying
lot of
right now.
girls that switch.
There is only one actual legitimate porn star on Twitch.
All right.
I don't know that many girls that go from.
No, Mia Makova's on there too.
I don't know who that is.
I honestly have met a lot of. I have met that I didn't know had the Patreons or that came from an adult community, and because they found it, you know, a little less degrading on them. Like, I'm not hating on it, you know what I'm saying?
that industry.
I just wanted to know.
That's why they switch.
I mean, fuck. It seems like, you know, pennies at a time is what it seemed like to me. It's kind of shitty. You know what I mean? I mean, and that's just an outsider's perspective.
All right.
But yeah, no, that was a general question. It wasn't general question.
Would one individual person like to respond to that?
No, he has a point.
Okay. Bearda, did I see your hand go up or?
No, I was just agreeing with Lolly that
Oh, okay.
honestly, breasts aren't going to steal your views. If you can't get views with quality content, that's on you, not on women.
All right.
That's why I have two Twitters, is so people can support me non-lewdly, because not everybody wants to see that. I understand that. So if people want to support me non-lewd, I have non-lewd content. I have a Patreon that's non-lewd. I have a Twitter account that's non-lewd. You don't have to like my lewd content, but I prefer you to like my personality. I just do it as a side hustle.
Hey.
All right.
Sorry.
Did any? Sorry. Who?
My dream is actually to become an artist, to live off of commissions and stuff like that.
Hey, I quit an electrical job. I mean, I can go take my test right now to be a journeyman, and I quit to do art. So
All
what
right.
the fuck is wrong with me?
All right. We're gonna go to Danny and then Rora again. I think that's the order of hands I saw. So.
Take a
just
2-minute break. I'll be right back.
All right.
I just want to add something that, okay, even if you think that boobs are stealing your views, there are people on Twitch, and this is a given. I'm sure everybody can agree with me. Like, even you yourself, you probably have a type of streamer or streamers that you only watch that type of content. Like, if you only like, I don't know, say League of Legends, you're only going to watch League of Legends streamers, you know what I mean? And if you only like just chatting streamers, you're not going to be hanging out in gaming streams. So even if, you know, you were competing for viewership with these women, those viewers are never gonna fucking watch you ever, because they're only interested in watching what these women are providing. And they're never, ever, ever in a million years going to go watch you play fucking duos on Fortnite. Ever.
All
Once
right.
again, absolutely correct. Those viewers exist. They're garbage viewers, and that's just unfortunate. But yeah.
All right. Rora, take it away.
I just wanted to interject that when I was a cam girl and I was selling, videos and all kinds of stuff, to make money off that, you just can't put it up there and expect people to buy it. You have to work your ass off to get people to even see it, to want to be interested in it, to buy it. You have to pump social media, be so fucking good at marketing. Like, people think that tits and nudity generates cash, and let me tell you, I tweeted this the other day. If it generated cash, I'd post nudes all the fucking time.
Loli, looks like
To add on to Rora's, as someone who I take my photo shoots seriously for OnlyFans. I just did a schoolgirl one, and I didn't put makeup on. But I put makeup on for the stream. Usually I put makeup on. Usually I have to put a wig on, because I'm kind of insecure about my hair right now. I feel like it's really super greasy and I want to chop it all off. Anyways, but the makeup, the angles, the secretive ways I have to take a picture with my little remote so my remote doesn't show in the picture, the angles I have to do when I face away from the camera to take a picture of my butt. I gotta take a picture and then look at it to make sure I got the angle I want.
Those butt pictures are a workout in themselves. I'll tell you what. You don't know the struggle and you don't understand a businesswoman until you break your fucking spine trying to get your tits and your ass in the same picture.
I get sore after photo shoots because of the angles I do, the acrobatics I have to do. I stretch.
I permanently injured my back. There's a vertebrae in my spine that's inflamed all the time now from twerking and arcing my back for photos. I'm not even saying you. I permanently injured my back. I would finish shooting a video or streaming, and the muscles in my back would be so tight, and in my abdomen, I felt like I couldn't breathe. It is hard work. And also, stretch before you twerk.
Yeah,
and
like, I got scoliosis.
Life lessons.
All right.
There you go.
Sucking in actually damages your organs, and it causes me to have
cramps,
asthma attacks. I have an inhaler. I legitimately have an inhaler every time I do a photo shoot, just in case of me sucking in triggers my asthma attack. Like, it's just as much effort, if not more effort, to do a lewd photo shoots than a cosplay photo shoot, because I actually have a photographer for cosplay. I just don't ask her to do my lewd photo shoots because that's a little embarrassing and I don't know her that well. So it's harder for me to do lewd because I'm by myself. And then of course I take 50 photos, go through them, hate all of them, and redo
Post
the photo
like
shoot.
2, and you post like 2. Out of the 50 pictures you post, you do like 2.
It's not easy. People
and
like
also,
to say it's easy.
it's not free. I'm gonna tell you what, the amount of money that girls put into buying lingerie, sex toys, camera
There's a reason why I have a wish list.
I've spent thousands of dollars. The equipment I have right now, the ring light, all the stuff, that wasn't for this. I bought that for camming.
There's a reason why I have a wish list.
Like the shit that girls put into this, like, to think that you can just post a picture of your tits and get automatic revenue, it's not. It's a fucking gamble and it's a commitment, just like Twitch. You have to buy the equipment and you have to put stuff in. It's just like buying a ring light or a stream deck or another monitor or buying new video games or new content or working on stuff. Because if you don't put money into it, you're not getting money out of it. So you can't just post a picture of your nipples and then get thousands of dollars.
Well, the time commitment, the amount of time it takes to talk to people, the back and forth, the Snapchat, it takes all fucking day to generate your money. It is a morning to night job. It does not end. It's not an easy thing where it's passive income. It's hard work.
All right.
One last thing before you stop us, Oreo.
Hold on, I'm gonna wrangle this in.
Can I say one thing?
Yeah, Cast, hop in for sure.
Just to add on to their point, you also have to worry about the people that are going to just take your content and post it somewhere else.
Exactly.
DMCA is our best friend.
There are so many women who struggle with getting like places like redacted hub and not the big one, the one for Twitch streamers. Like that one literally fucks. You don't even have to be on Twitch and they'll post your pictures on there.
I have had to pay DMCA lawyers to take down recordings of me, like pay lawyers to actually get stuff taken down of me.
I've had to go through similar lawsuits because my entire fucking OnlyFans content, over 300 pictures and videos, were leaked onto one website, and I had to go through an entire fucking lawsuit to finally get it taken down, and it did.
All right.
We have to watermark our stuff too.
With that being said, is there anything that anybody from the anti side would like to interject with before we move on? All good?
I feel like I'm the only fucking anti here. Like, I don't know how that fucking happened.
I mean, it sucks, but like I said, I agree with some of the things that they do. Like this stuff, I support you guys on what's happening. That sucks.
Don't you worry, Manic.
Yeah,
my
I feel
heel
like
turn
labeling
is
myself
coming.
anti was incorrect, but fuck it.
At the end of the day, like, everyone has their own opinions.
Your
and everyone has their
opinion
own
is still
views on
valid.
this, so.
Your opinion is still valid. We just don't agree
Well, I
with
mean,
it.
so is anyone else's. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
Yeah, it's a healthy debate. We're not saying
like I
you're
said earlier.
horrible.
You know, I'm not gonna hit that Twitter, but I'll check out that art. I mean, it's
Exactly. You unfollowed my lewd one and followed my non-lewd one, and I wasn't mad about
I want
that.
my
You're
girlfriend to
still
kick my
supporting
ass
me.
either. She's like,
I do want to interject. I want to interject with that. I noticed after changing my attire and the way my streams are, they will call you a titty streamer no matter what you do. You've all seen my garbage bag video. Everybody's seen my garbage bag video where you can wear a fucking garbage bag. I literally do dress like a delivery boy now. And I get it all the time, constantly, all the time. Perverted comments, show your tits. You use your body for views, all that bullshit. It's fucking bullshit.
Hey,
I'll wear a big ass sweater and they won't see my boobs, and I'll still get yelled at.
Because I've seen three different women do the trash bag thing, and what the fuck
Social experiment.
Yeah.
To see if you'll still get harassed. I mean, I'm gonna point something out. Last week, I think on Thursday, I wore a tight shirt. It was kind of a crop top, kind of not. My tits were out, and I was wearing a flannel. Someone complimented me and said I looked really comfy. Whereas I'll wear a big ass sweater that's gray, you barely see my tits, and I'd be like, "Ooh, girl, you looking thick." Like,
I want to interject on something, like with what Roar said about her viral video. I'm sure people have seen this video on Twitter where there's I don't know what she is. She's like Russian or something. She's got some kind of an accent. She's got purple hair, and she's playing RuneScape, and somebody asked to put their tongue in her butthole, and then she took out a pen and paper and made
that shit was so good.
An appointment on it, and she is revered because she accepts these compliments and she allows them to happen, and she plays off of them and makes jokes about them. I'm not saying that what happens to her is justified, but she allows it to happen. She doesn't ban them. She doesn't get rid of them. She doesn't ignore it. She actively takes them, and she's like, "Oh, you want to put your tongue in my butthole? That's very well. We will go do that. We will make babies together." And she is revered as like the best streamer on Twitch because people sexualize her in nasty, disgusting, derogatory ways, and she lets them do it. And she lets them do it.
Good point.
Out of it. And she normalizes people sexualizing other women, and she sets a standard to where when other female streamers are going to be asked to stick a tongue in their butthole, other people are going to get mad at them. I was like, well, you should just learn how to take a joke. You need to stop being so tied up about it. You're fucking lame.
That could just be her way of dealing of it.
Hey, I gotta give it to you, bro. Your chat's fucking lit. I just like.
Yeah, I've been watching.
Go.
I've been watching. Yeah,
I can dig it.
But like what I'm saying is, it whether or not that's how she deals with it, you have to look at the broader effect of how you individually deal with it as a person of influence, because you are setting the standard, and you are setting a standard of how other streamers should act, and you're telling people that it's okay for you to sexually harass women as long as it can be made into content.
All right, I think that is a great.
Don't want to make it content.
I think that's a great note to end that particular subject on. If there's anything anybody else would like to add, please raise your hand, and if not, we'll move on to topic number 2. All good? All right, fantastic. Topic number 2. Moving on, everybody. The assumption that if you show any cleavage, you must also sell something else. Sometimes a workout top can be just a workout top. That's like a sub point on what we were just discussing. Oh,
Can
actually,
you repeat the question? I don't quite get it.
Actually, let me backtrack a little bit. Would anyone like to talk about how the format that most girls use? I'm trying to avoid using the exact term, but sponsorships and paid opportunities, how that can be affected.
I want to talk.
Due to your affiliation with producing lewd content
I
and
want to talk
everything.
about that because I have direct experiences just off.
Yeah, she does.
Yeah,
right.
let Danny talk because I have no clue on this subject because I'm too small to even be looked at right now.
All right.
Let me
okay.
talk about.
So we're gonna do Danny, and then I think I saw Aurora also got excited and wanted to raise her hand, or
Okay, let me.
or Kitty. All right, we'll let Danny, and then I'm gonna move on to positive.
So There's this thing where people assume that being lewd will get you ahead in the industry, and it's an automatic like partner badge like receiver. It's like if you post a picture of your nipples, some Twitch staff member is gonna see it and just give you a partnership and just be like, oh, I fucking love to see that, fucking partner that bitch. And that is a 100%, a million percent false. Because let me tell you right now, if you are not brand friendly, and if you are not something that people could put on their TV in their living room with their children in the room, most likely brands and even Twitch, because Twitch is a brand, they don't want anything to do with you. And if you have any affiliations with lewd, or you have ever connected your Twitch account, even if you didn't connect your Twitch account, even if you connected your Twitter that was associated with your Twitch account to it, people and brands are not going to want to sponsor you. I tried to join a community recently and I got kicked out of it because they told me, and I quote, and I won't name the community because I'm not a petty bitch, but they told me, and I quote, "This is a community for real streamers who actually want to be streamers and don't just want to sell their naked pictures." And they kicked me out of it. I got banned from it. And then on top of that, I had reached out to a company called Me Undies, which is a literal fucking underwear company.
They're supposed to have the best underwear in the world.
I literally reached out to a fucking underwear company for a sponsorship, and they told me that because I post pictures of boudoirs, which are just pictures of you in your underwear and lingerie, they told me that they won't sponsor me. An underwear company wouldn't sponsor me because I post pictures of myself in my underwear.
Their underwear's not even cute.
It
Their
fucks
underwear's
you
not
over.
cute.
It doesn't matter.
I lost major Instagram deals because with I used to have a big 10K Instagram before Instagram deleted every sex worker's account. I just gave up on it. That's another topic. But I lost brand deals on Instagram because I was a cam girl.
We're gonna, all right. Positive Kitty, would you like to step in?
I'm literally gonna be a devil's advocate here, but I agree with both the girls that, especially if you have the tits out and everything, and they look at you and they don't look at your brand and everything, they just say, you know what, I don't want to do you. I don't want to. I'll ignore you. I agree with them. That's actually the truth. But for other streamers that actually go and suck up to the sponsorship saying, hey, how are you, and actually get sponsored, yeah, that's definitely a no.
All right. Cass?
I mean, if anyone wants to sponsor lewd content creators like Danny or I,
There are
Adam and
only-
Eve,
There are only two
Uh.
companies. There are only two companies that I know of that will sponsor lewd creators, on Twitch. NordVPN will sponsor you, and GamerGhoul will sponsor you. That is the only two companies that I've seen that offer paid sponsorship, not sponsorships where they fucking send you shit or give you like a promotional code. Actual paid, legitimate sponsorships. Those are the only two.
All right.
Well,
Uh-oh.
wait, don't you have a thread? Hold on.
What the hell?
Hold on. I have a bookmarked
No.
a thread of Danny talking about this. Let me.
Those are the only two confirmed one. There has never been an Adam and Eve sponsorship on Twitch. There has been a Trojan sponsorship on Twitch, but I've never seen Trojan sponsor a lewd creator. I've seen them sponsor creators who are considered like not really for the general public, like people, like I'm not going to say names, but they're not lewd, but they're just the things that they talk about and the stuff that they do and how they hold themselves isn't exactly what you would consider like brand friendly. But
All
they're
right.
not like, they're not lewd.
All right. Cast, I'm going to let you step in.
These sponsorships you guys are talking about, is that just like you on your own, or is that something you were trying to attach to your Twitch?
Like a paid sponsorship that you promote via either your social media or on your Twitch, because that's how sponsorships work. A company approaches you with a deal, or you have to push a product. Like for G Fuel, for example, you get sponsored by G Fuel, you get a code. If people buy G Fuel, you get money.
Yeah. So
don't you think that would?
obvious?
Sorry, go ahead.
Obviously, those companies aren't gonna like do anything with your Twitch, and they probably wouldn't be allowed to with your Twitch, but would you be able to go to like some other website like Adam and Eve or something like that, or even start posting some of your content on like a website like Pornhub
I know
or
on
something like
YouTube,
that?
Adam and Eve sponsors
Adam and
YouTubers.
Eve will sponsor you if you do a video for their products, but it's not, Adam and Eve is not a paid sponsorship. They just send you free sex toys. So really, unless you are going to use said sex toys in a video, there is really no financial gain in you being sponsored by Adams and Eve. I'm talking about paid sponsorships where you get money from doing something, not just you're given a free product or you're given a code. And half of these codes that people get, like affiliation codes, you don't make fucking any money from that. And if you do make money, it's like fucking pennies per sell.
Yeah, they'll say you get like 10% of the commissions, but all their items are dirt cheap, so you're not gonna get anything from it.
All right.
I
Manic,
tell them
would you like to chime in?
Yeah, do you think getting those sponsorships such as that affects that stigmatism that y'all receive of like boob streamers type shit? Like, do you think that plays a key role in it? To me, that seems like it would.
I think that it does, and
You know
I'll
what
tell
I'm
you.
saying?
I'll tell you
Like-
why. Because it normalizes the fact that booby streamers aren't real streamers, and people are like, oh, because you're sexual or you post about your body, you're not a real content creator, and you're not a real content creator because brands won't even associate with you. And like that's a big thing that people use against those content creators where they're like, well, you'll never ever get a fucking sponsorship, so you're not a real streamer. And if anybody is a full-time streamer, they know that Twitch's income is not consistent, and you want those sponsorships and brand deals so you have some form of a consistent money. Because if you get a brand deal or a sponsorship, more than likely you're given a contract for an extended period of time where they will give you money for that extended period of time.
All right, Loli, would you like to interject?
I will also like to add on to Danny's. I forgot who said it earlier, but someone said that like people assume that us women, since we show our titties and quote unquote get the views that we get sponsorships. That was Kitty. I was gonna say it was you, but I wasn't. I couldn't quite remember. But since we can't because we're not brand friendly, you know, it adds to the stigma of, you know, if we do get a sponsorship or no, wait, hold on. I just remembered my point. People think that we just have to go up to like a liaison. I'm going to use a fancy word and say liaison for a company and suck their dick. And then we get a sponsorship. That's what most people think, that we can get anything because we're lewd, and we'll get on our hands and knees and suck someone's dick to get a sponsorship, when that's absolutely not true. I'm sorry. If you're gonna offer me a sponsorship but I have to suck your dick for it, I'm gonna pass.
All right. For this part, awkward Canadian, Penelope, bearded donkey, would any of you like to interject? I know you guys haven't really had much talking time up until now.
I don't really
Sorry.
personally have any of these problems because I'm not a big enough streamer, but I honestly agree with what everyone's saying. Like, I don't know. I don't think it's fair for brands to automatically assume that your content isn't good just because you might have a little bit more cleavage than another channel. I don't think that's fair.
All right.
I think that it's interesting that more adult brands, even things like Trojan, don't sponsor lewd streamers. I think that's very interesting commentary right there.
Yeah.
Because, like,
It's literally sex.
They're condoms, right? They're condoms.
And like,
everybody
women to market
and like,
condoms.
and like an underwear company not wanting to sponsor you because you post pictures of you in your underwear. It's literally underwear company.
And you can wear their
Okay, so you
underwear.
really did say that. I'm fucking mind fucked by that one. Like,
They literally rejected me, and they told us that I do not align with their brand because of my they said risque picture. They said like risky sexually provocative pictures.
But they sell underwear.
you're a fucking underwear company. Sorry, it just.
Yep. And that's what I'm saying. Like, you might think that, oh, there's like all these companies that like would totally sponsor you. And the fact of the matter is, even fucking Trojan and fucking underwear companies and lingerie companies, they don't want to fucking sponsor you, because even though that's what they sell and their products are meant for the sexual appeal or like sexual in nature, they still don't want to sponsor you because you're not brand friendly. They would rather fucking sponsor fucking goddamn PewDiePie for underwear. You know what I mean?
All right. So we've got a few hands up, but I know there's still a few people that haven't gotten as much of a word in. That's no one's fault in particular. It's just more or less the nature of the beast. Positive Kitty, Bearded Donkey, Penelope, you got your hand up. I don't know if any of you guys have anything you want to interject, or...
Yeah, I was going to comment on the fact that lingerie brands don't even want to touch it. Lingerie brands are notorious for not wanting anyone industry at all to model their products, even though that's the primary person who buys things like, you know, the higher end brands from England. It's even in something as blatant as lingerie, it's just so taboo. Like the idea that you wear their lingerie and take a picture of yourself in it, off the table. You can't be there. You can't be sponsored by them. And that's ridiculous, because what do they think you're doing with the lingerie?
All right. I'm going to go to Aurora.
You cut out.
I'm going to Aurora. Aurora, you're up.
I'm just going to point out too that if your numbers are insanely good, if your numbers are insanely high, sometimes brands do fuck with you if you do sex work, but only if it's favorable for them. I notice a lot of people, like big stars on Instagram, who post next to nude shit, who don't lose their accounts. I saw Cardi B's story. She was in a strip club and there were nude strippers on it, and she hasn't lost her account yet. I never broke Instagram TOS and I lost my account. It's also favorable for numbers. You can have good numbers worthy of, you know, getting a partnership or a brand deal for somewhere. But if you do sex work, it's a no-no. Your numbers have to be absolutely nuts to get a partnership. There's those few little exceptions that just shows that they're definitely out for one thing. That's it. That's all I have to say.
All right. On to Loli. She's had her hand up for a bit.
I also want to point out that if you just do lewd and you take pictures in lingerie, you're automatically assumed that you do porn. Automatically. I've had guys go subscribe to my OnlyFans and say, "Where's the nudes?" And I say, "No." In my bio, I say I do lewd, not nude. You're automatically assumed that you do porn, that you're sucking, you have videos of sucking dick on your OnlyFans and all of that, and that's why I'm assuming why lingerie doesn't sponsor us, because we're doing nudes and not lewds.
Because
and it makes
I think that it's stupid that people subscribe to an OnlyFans with a $10 or $15 subscription fee, and they expect to see pictures of me ramming myself with phallic objects for $15 fucking dollars.
Why?
Like, no.
Because
Sorry.
that is fucking cheap. Who fucking posts pictures of a whole punani for $15?
As a veteran, never sell
Penelope.
yourself low, always so high.
Penelope,
I know a couple girls.
take it away.
Hi. Okay, two things. Let's not judge people for how much they sell their content for. That's really trashy. It doesn't matter if somebody sells the whole business for $5. That's not our business. But the thing I was going to say is I offer Snapchat to my subs. Everybody assumes it's going to be lewd or nude content, to the point where I get messages where they're like, "I can't believe I paid $5 for this. All you're showing me is cats and food and your car and your life. Why are you showing me your life on Snapchat?" It's like, I think that's what it's for. Man.
Snapchat's slowly becoming the new kid.
I just want to interject with something
I fucking
else.
love that,
like
sorry.
being in the industry for a while, like I'm not shaming other girls who sell straight up porn for cheap. I'm just saying that as an industry standard, most people who provide more pornographic content are higher up in the tiers, and it's kind of an industry standard to expect any account under $20 for a subscription fee usually doesn't have anything actually pornographic on it, just as an industry standard, because most girls aren't going to provide that high price content for low price. Most girls.
Okay.
Yeah. And there's no judgment to the girls that do that.
Yeah, there's
All right,
no judgment.
hold on.
Just, yeah.
Aurora.
As a cam girl, I just want to say, for one, there's nothing wrong with telling someone to sell themselves high, because you deserve to do that. But as a cam girl, I used to make, I'm talking spend days shooting videos with a DSLR and a good boom mic, editing in at Premiere Pro, and I would give those videos away for free tip incentives while I was streaming. So I have sold my videos for next to nothing. I've also sold them for a lot. I think that's a perception and subjective, and that's not meant to come off as an insult, at least from me. But I also want to point out that, for example, the Snapchat, I agree. I don't do lewd Snapchat. And my Snapchat is like a shit post. It's me screwing around. It's a bit more personal. You can get to know me. It's about my cooking and all kinds. It's just a bit more personal, right? You can message me, stuff like that. And everyone always assumes. So I'm actually so afraid now. Nobody knows I have a Snapchat until you go into my Discord. Because I'm so scared to even fucking say it on stream because I don't want the shit.
Yeah, and the same thing with my Snapchat. I offer it and it's not lewd, and people get mad, and they automatically think that just because I provide
they get offended
content,
if you don't post lewd.
Yeah, they think that because I provide lewd content on another platform that my Snapchat is lewd, which in reality it's not. It's an extension of my Discord, basically, where I interact with people more personally and I talk to them more personally. I'm not sending you fucking, nobody is getting nipple pics from me. And I assure you that in your whole life, nobody is ever going to see my punani and nobody's ever going to see my nippy nappies. It's just not going to happen.
All right. Would anybody from the anti-side like to chime in? I know I feel like I've been kind of, you guys have been getting a little pushed to the side.
Sorry.
No, it's fine.
I feel bad for being mean.
I'm unfortunately working right now. So,
anybody from the anti-side want to chime in on that, or?
I wish I had something to chime. I can't chime in on this. I mean, I use streaming as a secondary thing to my art. I mean, I stream to verify that I'm doing your artwork. That's why I stream. You know, it's secondary.
I don't videos on that.
Well, I've thought about that as well, but I mean, I like to get the live, you know, when I'm working on somebody's art, I get the live, you know, oh, I want this changed. I don't like that. Do something different. And that's why I stream. I don't plan to be a big streamer. I never had like goals to be a big streamer. Yeah, maybe when I was like a couple years younger, like, oh, this streaming shit's cool. But that lasted maybe 3 whole days.
You could also do that through Discord where you can screen share in a voice.
Which I just figured that out. I didn't even know you could do that. I mean, again, like I said, this is all streaming is secondary. Mm-hmm. You know, I can't think of, like sponsorships and all that.
Streaming is the reason why I get up in the morning. Like it's changed my life. I love it so much, and that's all I really have to say about that.
Yeah, streaming has helped me with my anxiety. In December, I quit my job because my job was so mentally draining, and I was only there for a month. It was so mentally draining to the point where I was forced to quit myself because my boss would not listen to me. My director would not transfer me, so I had to quit. And ever since then, I've been looking for a job that doesn't interact with people, and I found streaming where I virtually interact with people. And then
it's changed my life too. It's the exact same way.
But and I've done lewd, and I love lewd because it helps my confidence. It honestly does. I love when people go, "Oh wow, you're so gorgeous! Oh wow, your figure's absolutely beautiful!" Like this morning, I posted a class. This morning, I posted a very beautiful picture, and so many guys, even women, have come in and be like, "Your figure is absolutely stunning." And my main focus on that picture was my stretch marks. I hated my stretch marks in that picture, but no one said anything about my stretch marks. They just said my figure was absolutely gorgeous.
I have something to add to that.
I want to be wholesome first. I'm sorry. We've all been angry. I want to be wholesome.
I'm going to let Cass jump in.
I just want to...
You anti-wholesome? Gosh.
I just want to pile onto what Lolly was talking about because, you know, I follow a lot of people on Twitter. I've been seeing a lot of people recently making OnlyFans accounts and talking about how they're using those accounts to like regain this lost confidence that they have for themselves, just by like feeling wanted or whatever valid emotion they're getting out of those accounts. And I think that's a pretty cool thing because
Sorry to interrupt. Looks like Bearded Donkey has to dip out due to
Okay.
life
Which one are you?
situations. So Bearded, thank you so much for being here, my
Stay
man.
safe, please.
Very much
Stay safe.
Let
appreciated.
us know.
Stay safe.
I really am
Keep me at
sorry,
least
everybody.
updated that you're
Please
safe.
forgive me. I'm not running away because I'm scared. I will gladly do this again with all of you guys. I love you all. You
It's
guys are amazing.
okay.
That's- yeah.
Just stay safe. Just
But
stay
Yeah,
safe.
cool.
That's my
Alabama
only
sucks right
concern.
now, and I've got to go fix everybody's cable
Bye.
television.
It's
So
an
y'all have a good one.
All right, have a good one.
All
Stay
right.
safe.
if I can just end that real quick, I think it's kind of cool that some of these girls can go into a situation like that and be able to provide this kind of content and feel some type of validation from it and not really be shamed for it by a whole lot of people. I know it happens, but I think that's kind of special, especially here in America, because I think we have a pretty unhealthy relationship with
Our
sex and
bodies.
sexual activities and our bodies and everything in America a lot. So, I kind of commend those girls that are on there doing what they want to do, showing off what they want to show off, for their own reasons. I think those reasons are pretty valid.
All right.
I also want to add something real quick. I've had women thank me for posting pictures of my body because I'm showing them that we have similar features. It wasn't my intent at first, but it incentivizes me to do it even more. But like they thank me because they're like, you're showing me that my body's normal. Honestly, I'm tearing up remembering all the girls that told me that they love their bodies because I'm showing off mine. Because I've been shamed for my body for 19 years because of my mother. I'm sorry, I'm getting emotional. I just
You're
love
good,
people
you're
so
good.
much. I love people so much. As even if I'm a lewd content creator, I love people, and I love helping other people, and I love helping those girls love their bodies just as much as I love mine. And even some guys are like, "You're so confident. I want to be like that." And I go, "If you want to be lewd, be lewd. I'll support you. I'll be your hype girl. If you guys want to be lewd, be lewd." I'm a welcoming person. I don't care if you're a guy, a chick, a non-binary. If you want to be lewd, join us. Are the communities not as toxic as people think? Penelope can go. I'm sorry.
No, hey, you're good. We'll let Penelope chime in.
So two things, because one is I want to respond to her. I felt really sad when she said, even as a lewd content creator, I love people. She's a person too. And that gets really lost when we have to separate lewd content creators from people. They're not. They're people. We're all people. Every single one of us here is a person. The other thing I want to say is I wanted to agree that we have such a horrible attitude about sex in our bodies. Like, we glorify sex. We make very provocative clothes for people to dress in public, but then we don't even teach children the medical words for the anatomy. We teach them terms like pee or wee, and there are people who have never heard their parents say the medical term penis. And I bet somebody is uncomfortable that I just said the word.
You said
penis.
what?
It's a body part.
And can I also point out that we're teaching little girls that they're not supposed to dress provocatively because little boys will be distracted from school rules. If I went to school like this, I would have been sent home.
Well, second of all, it's not my job to make sure someone else is not distracted.
Exactly.
Like,
I can get to an extent. Like, if a girl's just wearing nothing but pasties in her underwear, I get that. But if a 16-year-old girl is wearing a tank top, a choker, and some shorts, that's a little, that doesn't even show her ass cheeks, she gets sent home because little boys are going to be distracted.
Look, when I go to Old Navy, all the shorts are either 3 inches or 5 inches, and if you have long legs, that isn't even anywhere near your knees. I have to go to the men's section to buy shorts that would be appropriate at a school, and that's ridiculous that I can't walk into Old Navy and buy appropriate clothes. There's a real problem there.
All right, I'm going to let Danny chime in, and then I think we are going to conclude this topic and move on to the next one.
I have two things. I want to be wholesome, but the first part is being lewd. I don't think people realize the impact of being lewd. A lot of women actually do it as a confidence booster. I am a sexual assault survivor, and I was so repulsed and disgusted by the idea of sex that I didn't let anybody touch me or interact with me. And I was disgusted by sex. I didn't want to be touched. I didn't want to be looked at. I didn't want anybody to come anywhere near me. The idea of another person touching me in a sexual or intimate manner made me like I didn't want anything to do with it. But I was taking these pictures and I was doing these things, and it was slowly making me feel more comfortable because I realized that I could be sexual and nobody has to fucking touch me, and that's fucking amazing. And it made me be able to reclaim my own sexuality, that I was like, you know what, I can post pictures and I can be sexy and I can be comfortable with sex and the idea of sex without ever having somebody touch me. And I think that it's a great way for people who are survivors of sexual assault to dip their toes back into the sexual world without having to face that physical intimacy that could trigger them. And because of that, I am able to have healthy sexual encounters now without wanting to fucking projectile vomit all over the place. Second thing is, somebody said, a bunch of people, when they were talking about streaming, they were like, streaming is the reason I wake up. I love streaming. Streaming makes me happy. It's something that always connects with me. And I think everybody can agree that everybody on Twitch, regardless of your angle or whatever you're trying to do or whatever you're trying to push, everybody on Twitch gets some sort of happiness or benefit from it. Because at the end of the day, if you're on Twitch, you have some sort of need for emotional validation, physical validation, financial validation, because at the end of the day, if you didn't want validation, you wouldn't be putting yourself out there in front of people to look at you and give you their opinion, because you want that attention. If you didn't want that attention, you wouldn't go live. And I think everybody on Twitch, regardless if they're a titty streamer or a Fortnite streamer or a League of Legends player or a just chatting streamer or a body painter, they're going on this platform and they're sharing parts of themselves with people, no matter if the parts happen to have some cleavage, because they want to connect with people and they want to meet people. Regardless, whatever it's for, people still want to connect with people because people are social. And I think that people should stop focusing on what they're doing and the fact that we're all literally doing the same exact fucking thing, just slightly different.
Creating content.
All right. If anybody has any closing thoughts on this topic, please feel free to raise your hand. Otherwise, we're going to move on to the next topic. Loli, we'll let you...
Oh, I thought you were talking about to the stream. I put my hand down.
Oh.
Never mind.
All right. Anybody have anything they want to add on before we move on? All right.
Cutting out.
I'm cutting out?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh.
Just a tad bit.
Did anybody have anything they want to
Professional
add
streamer, by the way.
before we move on to the next topic? Nope. All right. So the next topic of discussion, this isn't on the doc, but I did see a lot of people bring it up in the chat, and I feel like we could probably have a little quick powwow about it. What are everybody's thoughts on these streamers using Twitch as a means to move people off of the platform onto their OnlyFans or other
We already talked about
mediums?
this earlier.
Did
You
we?
can't. It's against TOS.
Like we literally talked about this like in the first question.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
basically like touching base on the first subject.
Oh,
I mean,
all right. Well, easy.
It's
that,
not it's,
that was a quick
well,
one.
For people who are just joining in that don't get the answers, you can't do it with lewd content because it's against TOS, but you can do it with non-lewd content.
Which is
I would like to add
Yeah.
one thing to that. I think it should be okay for them to, we talked about them having to jump 2 different platforms to get to their lewd content, right? I think it should be okay for those content creators to do that, but I think there might be an issue if they're not taking the right steps on Twitch to like put some type of maturity filter on it to keep kids away from that content as well.
I wanna say
Well,
something right now.
there is
That-
a maturity
Literally,
filter.
there are a million
Right.
different filters on lewd content that like
Yeah, but I'm talking about Twitch
You have to-
specifically
you have
because
to
you
jump
don't
through
always
so
see like a
Wait, are you
person that
saying
has
for
content
Twitch
like that.
to acceptably allow people to
Am I the parent?
advertise lewd things?
No, I'm
I
talking
think-
about if they're going to continue this not wanting people to go straight from their platform to lewd content, they should also add the caveat of making those people put some type of maturity filter on their stuff, especially if they're
there's already a
kind of
maturity
engaging in
filter
some-
for.
Yeah,
I know that there is
all
one,
right,
but you
hold on,
activate
hold on,
it
hold on.
yourself. Not everybody is always activated. That's the point I'm making.
All right.
I mean, mine's activated.
Loli,
Fine, that's yours, but not everybody
Lolly's
has
is
it
activated.
activated.
Rora's is activated. I
That's
bet even
fine.
my
But it
Penelope's
There's
is
3
activated.
people.
See, and you can't.
All right, hold on. We're gonna let
with this
Loli
one.
chime in, and then we'll get to you, Manic. Is that okay?
I think this is my personal thing that if Twitch, if you're listening, you should probably listen to this closely. Twitch should add a number filter, like an age number filter to a channel, not just say M for mature audience, because children are still going to look at it. Children are still gonna, because I've had a 12-year-old come into my chat while we're talking about penises and playing Minecraft, and I was like, no, we're banning you. Like, kids are still gonna go around that. Yes, I know, but I think there should be an age restriction. You need to show your ID to prove that you're over 18, like on OnlyFans, like on Patreon, like that kind of stuff. Just so us streamers that do
Are
talk
protected.
about, yeah, just because we're super protective and the parents don't come after us. I've had a parent come after me because one day I decided to wear a tank top and their 10-year-old came into my stream. I didn't know he was there, he or she. I didn't get the gender. I didn't know they were there, but I still got yelled at through a Twitch whisper because my child's watching you. Why are they watching you? Blah 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 blah. I'm like, manage your child then.
Oh boy, we got a lot of hands going up. Okay, I'm gonna go in order, and let's try and make it quick. Manic, I'm gonna start with you, and then we're gonna go down the line. I think you're muted.
He's muted.
I love that mute button. I completely forgot what I was gonna say. Honestly, I had it in my mind, and then
Don't worry, that's
All right, we'll come back to
Pass the
you.
torch.
We'll come back to you if you put your hand up. You remember, we'll get you. Penelope.
So, why am I responsible for someone else's children? Number one, why are they not responsible?
That's what I was gonna
for the
say.
fact that they're leaving children unsupervised on the internet. You know whose problem it is? Yours, because you let your kid use a device. Like, okay, we cannot block the internet from children. But there is no reason that at certain ages it can't be supervised. And they go, oh well, but I gave them a phone. Well, what the fuck were you thinking?
There's
on you.
parental settings for a reason.
But most parents don't even know how to use those, and in that case, I don't think you should be giving your kids a device you don't know how to set up for them.
I also want to
Exactly.
add.
I monitor my kids. My child gets on TikTok and stuff like that, but I monitor her actions from my phone. It's just something you got to do. I mean, not just for the simple fact of what they're looking at, but who's looking at them. Type
Yeah.
shit. There's weirdos out there on YouTube, TikTok, all that bullshit.
It was my worst fear.
Especially.
It was my worst fear, a kid stumbling on me on cam. I'm just gonna, that's all I wanted to say. It was my fucking worst fear, a kid seeing me. And the majority of people who, I don't do it anymore, nothing lewd, not my jam. But I that was my worst fear. And the majority of people who do lewd content, and I'm talking the vast majority, 99.999%, do not and are absolutely horrified of the thought of children seeing them doing their content.
I don't even want a kid coming into my Twitch channel.
Same. I had a
And I'm not
16-year-old
lewd.
come in there and I was like uncomfortable.
All right, Cass.
My daughter asked about my Twitch stream, and I told her I won't let you watch any. Like, I will not, because you never know what's gonna pop up. And
My
All
mom.
right, hold on.
Yeah,
Hold
no
on.
way.
Let's let Cast go.
Of course, you're not going to be able to police what parents are doing with their kids, but you are aware of the issue that a kid is going to have some sort of unfiltered access to the internet. And I think that Twitch and also content creators have some type of responsibility to play defensively. They teach you to drive defensively for a reason, because the people around you are going to drive aggressively. And that's the same way that you should look at your content creation as well. You have to play defensively to not only protect your brand, but also to protect kids that might not have a very responsible
The website should have more responsibility than they do. It should be the platforms more responsible.
Well, yeah,
the content creators should be more free. We would be more free if the websites were better and more responsible.
Yeah, that was my original point about talking about Twitch having some sort of extra thing that they put in place between content creators that are going to have some type of lewd content on another website that a kid can find through your Twitter, can find through your Instagram or whatever, and those are accessible through your Twitch. That is my original point right there.
All right.
Because I know for a fact, I'm sorry, just one more thing. I know for a fact that being what's the word? Being like introduced to some of these sexual acts whenever you're a lot younger can actually be really damaging to you. I've had a pretty rocky relationship with sex my whole life because I was introduced to some of these things in my life. And I know that's kind of anecdotal, but you can probably go around and see this in other situations. So I just think that's my one thing against quote unquote booby streamers is that there needs to be something that puts an extra barrier between them and kids.
All right, Danny.
Okay, I have two things to say. First, it is not content creators' jobs ever in a million years, ever. Fuck COPA. It was never content creators' jobs to filter out what your fucking crotch spawn sees on the internet. Period, point blank. I'm gonna tell you why. If you guys are so fucking concerned about what kids are seeing on the internet,
Penelope, you're next. You don't have to hold your hand up anymore.
Twitch needs to implicate, I don't know if they do because it's been forever since I made my Twitch account, but upon making a Twitch account, you have to verify your age. And I know that people lie all the time. And that's the thing. There is nothing that websites are ever going to be able to do, even if they do add an age filter, because how many fucking 14-year-old boys go on fucking Pornhub and click that I am 18 fucking thing? I'm telling you right now, every goddamn person in this fucking group right now has gone on some type of porn website before they were 18 and clicked the fact that they were 18. Every last single fucking one of you. And if you say that you didn't, you're a goddamn liar. And don't
I'm
fucking
not
lie.
lying. I actually haven't. I wasn't interested in sex
you're
until I was 17.
You're fucking wild.
It's gotta be
what
one.
I'm saying.
It's always one.
It's gotta be one. But
All right.
what I'm saying is it's not your responsibility. It's never your responsibility. And two, stop it. Leave them alone.
Your cat's gonna kill them.
No, she won't.
comment on that.
She's actually afraid of them.
Doesn't seem like it.
But two, even if as a Twitch streamer, you're actively trying to keep children out of your chat. Say somebody comes to my chat and says, I'm 16, and I ban them. Banning somebody from your Twitch chat does not stop them from seeing your Twitch stream. And Twitch needs to change that. If you are banned from my channel, you should still not be able to see what I am fucking broadcasting. It should be a fucking blank screen that says you have been banned from this streamer's chat and you can no longer view the content that they broadcast. If I broadcast, if I ban you from my broadcast because you are underage, you can still sit there and watch what I'm doing.
So just to interject,
I would agree with that, by the way.
I'm just to interject a little bit on that topic of I know it's been gone around to death forever now about when somebody is banned from a Twitch chat that they cannot see the stream as well. The one thing that I would say on Twitch's behalf, which isn't really Twitch's behalf, I want to disclaimer that my views are not of the same as Twitch by any means. But my thought behind it is advertisements. How are you going to show advertisements if you're banned? You know, that's most likely why you'll probably never see that feature.
I don't think that's a valid excuse.
It's not a valid
See,
excuse, no, but it's
The thing is, if these companies and websites cared so much about the fucking children, they wouldn't care that they wouldn't be getting a couple cents off of fucking advertisements.
YouTube.
because you
Can
were
we get
banned
the word
from-
in from Penelope? She's gonna
yeah,
be-
yeah, Penelope, I'll let you come in. Sorry.
So, I mean, I think it really does have to come back to the fact that I'm being told, oh well, kids could stumble on the website because of parents not doing their job, so you should make different content. I don't do any lewd content. I think I mentioned
That's
that.
not what I said, by the way.
I'm paraphrasing. My Snapchat is completely PG-13. I think I say the F word. That's my worst offense on Snapchat. And I exercise on stream. I keep my house at 80 degrees. Why should I have to wear a fucking burqa to please people? If I'm exercising, I'm sorry that your kid wants to jerk off to somebody exercising. I'm sorry. But you know whose problem that is mine? You need to control your own fuck trophy because it's not my job.
Just to reiterate, I never said you should make different content. I was specifically talking about Twitch doing something about the.
Okay,
Yeah,
I thought
but
meant
you
the
said,
girls.
but you said you
the
needed
content
to,
creators.
You needed to create a safeguard, and you needed to be
Yep,
responsible
I was
as a
talking
content
specifically about Twitch doing that.
All right, Manic,
If you
you'd
don't
like to
fucking
chime in?
stop.
Hey, I do got to say though, it comes down to the parents too. The parents need to be responsible. Like I try to be as responsible, knowing that my daughter is getting older, messing around with technology. Just like I did, just like we all did. Discovering the internet, discovering communication device is the parents' responsibility as well. Don't ever disregard that. I don't want to hear anybody ever disregard, the company this, company that. No, at the end of the day, be a fucking parent, dude.
It starts
And
at
know
home.
what your kid is getting in and getting out of, especially when it comes to the internet. Sorry, I feel strongly on that because that is a worry of mine when my daughter gets on these apps and shit like that. That's why I monitor her shit so closely, because I know what's out there. We see what's out there. What you guys deal with. You know what I'm saying? That it's troubling. It is troubling, and I hope she doesn't have to go through that. What other females have to go through with on a daily basis.
I
And
want to
hope
ask
she
you
never
a
gets
question
involved.
because I think that you're the only parent in here. Correct me if I'm wrong, but
It seems like it. Oh no.
okay. So as a
I
parent,
can speak as a big sister.
All right.
as a parent, you are aware that what your child does is solely on you, and you would never let your child go on any websites or platforms where she may be introduced to content that could possibly scar her or harm her or put her in harm's way. Because as a parent, I'm sure that you're aware that not only do you have to worry about who your kid is seeing, but you have to worry about who is seeing your kid, because there are just as many equally and I'm not saying any names. I'm not saying that Twitch has a problem with it, but I'm just saying that there's a bad egg in every bunch. And I can assure you without a shadow of a doubt that there is at least one. And I'm going to tell you right now, it's not the people that does lewd content that you have to worry about harming children. It's the people who do content for children that you have to worry about harming your child.
Cass?
I wanna
That's
reiterate
I try to monitor that, I'll mirror her screen on my phone when she gets on certain things. I'll mirror it on my phone, so I'm watching as she does it live.
But I just want to
And
say, as a parent,
call it overprotective, but it's the age, and
But as a parent-
she's
Hold, let
gonna
him
get involved
finish.
in it. She's gonna get involved in it. She's gonna be introduced to content, but she needs to learn. And I'm trying to teach her and install the values of how to be as safe as possible. When you're making a TikTok and stuff like that, I don't like it. I really don't. But I'm not gonna shelter her either. Am I gonna monitor it down close? Fuck yeah, I'm gonna monitor it down close.
okay,
But
so
I go through things. I go through videos saying, hey, look, make sure you don't have an address in the background, a noticeable piece of document. Anything, just
But,
anything
as a
like that. But
parent-
she's gonna be exposed regardless.
But as a parent, would you agree that you don't have to worry about people playing video games or posting nudes and pornographic stuff? You have to worry about the people who are literally their target audience is literal children.
All right.
I worry about that every day. Are you kidding me? When she watches the YouTubers that do the
Fucking
things
toy
and
reviews?
stuff. yeah, I'll worry about that because I don't know
Onision?
if they're gonna message my child or try something flaky. Yeah, hell yeah, I'll worry about that every day. And again, that's why I monitor that shit close.
All right.
I mean, I do. That's just it.
I'm gonna let Cast come in. He's had his hand up for a bit.
I want to reiterate one last thing. Again, we can't really give a fuck about what the parents are doing because we aren't going to be able to change any of that. The thing that we can change to act defensively against something like this, because I think it's a little morally bankrupt if you're just going to say, oh, well, some kid might see some nudes this one day. We should be advocating to the platform that we are on, such as Twitch, to put some kind of thing in front of it. Not necessarily saying the content creators, but if you want to go the extra step, go the extra mile, try to protect some of those kids from seeing something that they might not need to see right now.
I've been trying to talk to Twitch support for months now, saying that they need to up their security. Because over the course of almost a year of streaming, I get children all the time coming into my chat being like, I'm 9. It's like, not anymore. Bye. And I report their accounts too. I encourage my chat to go to their profile, report their account that they're underage. Because Twitch is a 13 plus platform. And when you mark your channel as M for mature, that means, mature people 18 and up. Usually, depending on the country, actually.
All right.
But who hasn't clicked past a filter as a kid? Who hasn't just clicked past a filter?
Penelope?
I guess we kind of want to know what world Cast is living in where children aren't inundated by violence every day in regular media, where these kids are going to be so sheltered from everything that seeing the nipple of the titty is worse than seeing a woman walking down a catwalk at the stuff in the swimsuit edition.
Victoria's Secret.
But you're talking about a whole different kind of medium that isn't
but
the
how is
focus
television any different than what we're doing?
I didn't say that.
But that's what I'm talking about.
That's not what I was talking about at all. There should
children
be something
stumbling on lewds is not any different than watching one of those Victoria's Secret models with little flowers on her boobies and no bra. And
yeah, but so what are you saying? We should just do nothing? We should just not advocate for any action at all for it? We should just let it happen? Because I don't agree with that, and I don't think you really agree with that either.
I think it's on the parents, man. I don't think it's on us.
Yeah, but we can't control parents. That's the whole fucking point of what I was talking about.
But it's not my responsibility to raise your child.
I never put the responsibility on you. Again, I'm talking about Twitch.
It's definitely a part of the platforms. It's a big part of the platform's responsibility. If that's happening on a mass scale, the platforms are 110% responsible for that, as well as the parents. And you know what I mean? It would take a lot of pressure off content creators if the platforms were a bit more responsible. And again, you cannot control parents, right?
You can't. I don't know. I don't actually understand how anybody could not advocate for something that's going to protect children in some way from some harmful action. I don't actually understand that at all. That is the one thing that I came into this debate knowing that I would have the other side on, because
I think
there would be somebody that wouldn't be a part of that. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I'm getting a little heated, Penelope. I'm sorry. I got a little bit heated.
There's a miscommunication. I think what she's talking about is that it shouldn't be on us to tell the platform that they should be doing this. They should be doing it on their own. That's what I think she's getting at.
Because here's the thing,
even
as it stands, if you mark your stream as 18 plus, it does. There's ages on Twitch. You can I'm pretty sure that when you make a Twitch account, it asks for your birthday, and if you are. It still shows those people who are marked under 18 streams that are marked 18 plus. So that isn't entirely a Twitch issue, because even if you mark your Twitch stream mature content, It does not remove your stream from the browsing pages of people who've marked their account as under 18. And that is entirely a fucking fault on Twitch, because even if we go the extra step to mark our content as not for children, but children are still able to fucking find it, and all they have to do is click a yes, I'm 18, even though their account says they're fucking not, and it fucking lets them do it. That is a Twitch problem. And we all fucking know that Twitch isn't gonna fucking respond to us, because we could send Twitch a million of emails and they're not gonna fucking do it. The only way Twitch is gonna do it is if fucking Mixer does it and threatens Twitch's fucking money. And it's not gonna fucking happen unless fucking Mixer does it.
That's a whole different conversation. Mixer's no
And
competition
on top of
involved
that,
with
I mean, with Fortnite being as big as it is, and yeah, I'm going to use that as the reference. I mean, you know, the game Fortnite, I'm using this as a reference, is marketed towards kids. What do you see a majority of people streaming on here?
Fortnite.
And that it's going to cause a conflicting issue every time. So
Same
I
with
mean, I got to
Minecraft,
agree.
though. My kids love Minecraft.
Yeah,
There's so many
Minecraft too.
adult
Yeah, I mean,
Minecraft
my daughter
streamers.
goes apeshit over Minecraft, and I mean, you're gonna have that conflict. I mean, you can hope it's gonna change, but yeah, I gotta agree with you on that. They're probably not gonna change it.
All right.
We had a couple
before anybody else chimes in, Positive Kitty, Awkward Canadian, anything you guys would like to add to this?
I don't know. I think it's a little bit both on Twitch and on the parents. I don't think we should put all the blame on one specific party. We can always try to change it, but I mean, the likelihood is that they're not, but it doesn't hurt to try, you know? Sometimes it takes more than one person to create change.
All
We
right.
are at a platform. Listen to us.
All right. Positive, I'll let you go ahead.
We are advocates, though.
Yeah, and nobody is here saying that you should shove this shit in children's faces. We're just saying that we already do what we can on this platform to minimize the chances of children seeing us. And even though we do that, it doesn't mean shit, because there is absolutely no reason for anybody to mark their stream 18 plus, because it literally does fucking nothing.
I'm gonna interject something wholesome and funny. When I'm in my family, I'm the one to go to for internet things. I monitor what my little sister does. Every once in a while, my mom will ask, "Hey, who's this?" But what my mom mainly makes me do, even though I don't live with my little brother or my mom anymore, she messages me and say, "Hey, can you check out this content creator? Your little brother's been watching it. Can you check out this?" And I'll be watching it and talking to my little brother at the same time, making sure it's appropriate for him. But I manage his Minecraft account, basically. Like he uses my email to set it up, to log in, to do different things. And the funny thing is, since Minecraft is such a child game, and my mom knows I stream Minecraft every once in a while, and I've been building a server for the past week or so, she goes, "Hey, maybe your little brother can be on stream." And I go, no, my little brother's 10 years younger than me.
I have a 10-year-old sister, and my mom knows that I'm so into the internet and stuff, and she literally, I am in Discord servers that my little sister is in, because there's like little Roblox Discord servers that she's in and stuff. And my mom can't keep a watch on her all the time, because my mom is technologically illiterate. She doesn't even know how to fucking work Discord. So I am literally in and I'm not even kidding, I'm in every last single fucking Discord server that my little sister is in. And I watch what everybody fucking says. There have been many a times that I've seen people make fucking weird comments to her, and I have fucking ripped them a new one so fucking hard. And I've immediately gone to my mom about it, and I've immediately gone to server admins and like, kick this person right fucking now. They're talking to a fucking 10-year-old, and if you don't fucking do it, guess what happens? My sister gets removed from that Discord server fucking immediately, and that person is blocked. I don't show pictures of my sister. There have been many times that I've posted pictures with my sister, but I've put stickers over her face, or I won't let people see her. When I used to live with her still, I wouldn't let her come into my room when I was streaming because I'm not putting my sister out there for fucking creeps, and I actively monitor these fucking painfully fucking cringy Roblox Discord servers to make sure that people aren't being fucking weird to a 10-year-old on the internet playing fucking Roblox.
Which is disgusting and absolutely infuriates me that we have to manage.
And guess what? My sister doesn't go on Twitch. My mom because my little sister has a laptop, and guess what my mom did? I helped my mom go on this computer and set up blocks, and I've blocked Twitch from her. I've blocked websites like OnlyFans, Patreon. Even though like I went through and I blocked these accounts so she cannot access them. Like I helped my mom take these precautions to prevent her from seeing these things. And I feel like if you're a parent and you're aware that your kid is on Twitch and it's a problem, fucking block it from them, because it is not going to ruin your child's quality of life if they don't get to watch fucking Ninja play Fortnite live.
All right, to cut that a little bit, crap, which one raised their hand first? Was it Roar?
Penelope. I think Penelope.
All right, Penelope,
I had a
begin.
question. I guess I had a question for Cast, so yeah, you get to respond.
Oh, actually, sorry to interrupt. Before I let you go, sorry. There is somebody who wants to come in who's a parent who is actually I know him. He's a big supporter of the channel. Would you guys mind if we added somebody in here?
No, I know. who it is.
Can we do this
I know who
question
it is.
first before this person comes
Yes.
in?
Let's do this question.
Fuck that guy.
Yes.
Fuck him.
Okay.
Wait a minute, is it that guy?
No. You guys. None of you guys probably know him. He's
I was
cool.
gonna say for that guy, I'm out. I'm leaving. I
No.
You know what? I don't want to fucking. What do you guys think? Should girls wear bras on stream?
No.
Let
Not
Penelope
that.
get to her question.
Yeah, Penelope.
I
Go.
actually followed that guy before he made that tweet like 2 years ago, and I was really good friends with him before I left his community. I will personally rip him a new one if I ever meet him in person, because he knows who I am.
All right, Penelope, what would you like to say?
So my question was more, Cast, would you have a problem with titty streamers if there was no way to access other content? Like, let me give you a good example. Like, let me give you like it's a fake example. But let me give you a good example. Let's say that
I like hypotheticals. Yeah. Oh, you're cutting out.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, you're cutting out a lot.
I said.
Start over.
Oh, sorry. So let's say that I streamed all the variety stuff I said I did this name, but then under a completely different name, completely different persona, I did lewds. I don't, I'm sorry. But but what if I did? And there was no way for you or anyone on Twitch or Twitter to connect the two. Would you still have a problem with the content I make looking like this if there was no way that a child could get to other 18 plus content at all?
No, because the entire issue I had with it was the access for children to go, even I think I saw it mentioned in chat called soft channeling. That was the only issue I had with it. I don't actually have any problems with any perceived booby streamers out there on Twitch.
Okay, because I don't disagree with you that it is really easy to get an 18 plus. 2 clicks. You go to someone's Twitter and you can usually find something loose. I understand what you're saying with that. Now, I'm not saying I'm against that because, again, I don't think it's my job. But I understand your point on that. But I just wanted to clarify that.
Oh yeah, no. If you have a completely separate entity of yourself that's out there doing some kind of lewd content and it has no attachment to your Twitch personality at all, then I don't really think there's any issue with that. You're probably gonna find like a really smart kid that's going to put those two together and find that lewd content later on. But I kind of feel like those kids might be a little more apt to handle it if they're that kind of street smart, quote unquote, to find that stuff. They might be a little more apt to handle it. I don't really think at a certain age you should be watching that stuff, but yeah.
You're gonna find it no matter what. Like,
yeah, like I feel like if you go onto Google, like fracky Google, and you type in boobs or tits or pussy or vagina, and you take off the safe search filter or whatever, even if you have the safe search filter on, you still see titties. And like, if kids really want to get desperate, all they gotta do is go to fucking plastic surgeon websites and look at fucking before and after of breast implants. Like, if kids really want to see some titties, they're gonna fucking find them, because the internet is loitered with porn, absolutely filled to the brim with porn, and it is so hard to completely prevent a child from ever coming across it, that if you are a parent and you allow your child on the internet in any form or any capacity, you have to accept the fact that your child might see some titties or a butt crack.
Just teach them about it. Just teach them
True,
about it.
but I don't think that means that we necessarily shouldn't be trying to do something to inhibit that in
Exactly.
some capacity.
All right, Manic, I saw
Just
you
teach
had
them about it.
your hand up. You're muted.
You're muted.
You're muted, bro.
You're muted.
Muted.
You're still muted.
You're muted.
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 I keep doing that every time. She made the point already, though. It's education. You just don't shelter, educate. I mean,
I wasn't educated. I had to look up things by myself when I was losing my virginity. I was 17 and I looked it up.
Kids are curious.
And that's why I have trouble, you know, as having a daughter. It's hard for me to find that boundary sometimes of, am I supposed to educate her? Is this her mom's duty? Like, on certain, you know what I'm saying? It's hard for me to figure that one out. I try my best, though. Yeah.
Kids have natural curiosity, and there's nothing you can do about that. It's developmental. It's in their brains. It's in their makeup. And I think that we need to ask ourselves also, is this a question of repression? I'm not saying force sexuality on your kids, but my parents gave me a lot of sex talks growing up. But you know what they also did? They made sure I'm so old, it was AOL. It was dial-up when I was a kid. And I wasn't allowed to get on AOL. I wasn't allowed to go in the Yahoo chat rooms. I wasn't allowed certain time late. I was fuck are you laughing at how old I'm?
I thought we bring the boomers on this cast.
Whoa. But anyways, what I'm saying is it a question of repression too, and that we need to educate our children more, because it's a fact of life, and people try to avoid that. You know what I mean?
We do need to educate them more. I think I said something about some of our views in sexuality in America specifically earlier. I agree
think
with that. We do need more education.
I think, like, personally, if I ever had a child, if I ever let them on the internet, I would sit down and I would talk to them, and I would give them the whole shebang. Because you want to know what my sex talk was? Word for word. My mom goes, "You have a vagina. Boys have a penis. You're gonna ram it into you, and it's gonna fucking hurt, and it's gonna suck, and you're gonna get pregnant, and you're gonna fucking hate it." And that was my sex talk. That was my idea of sex, that it was forceful and terrible and disgusting. And then when I went on the internet and I went into anybody who's younger and they liked anime and roleplay forums, I was on roleplay forums and people started role-playing sex with me. And I started finding out that sex is actually not just ramming things into you and making you pregnant. And that was baffling to me.
I also think we would sexualize things less if we weren't as repressed. I think there's a line with that too, right? It becomes more fascinating the more it's pushed down and repressed away. And I think in America, especially North America, the more you repress something, the more it becomes sexualized.
All right, so I added a new person, X Hiatus. He is a father.
Hi.
Hello.
X
Hi,
Hiatus.
Daddy.
Hello.
How's it going?
Daddy.
Well, he's a daddy.
I am.
Okay,
What
put
are your
yourself
thoughts on this?
Whereby first?
What are your
myself where?
On whereby.
On whereby, because you're echoing.
Sounds good. Did that.
There you go.
All right. So, like, the whole where do we want to go with this? The fact of looking at other streamers, content creators, or just trying to teach our kids how to fucking not like.
Just we want to, from a parent's perspective, we want to know how, in your perspective, how you view us lewd content creators. Like, if your child accidentally runs into, let's say, one of my ass pics, and I already have 18 plus on my Twitter account, and I don't follow anyone that's family friendly or no one family friendly follows me. How do you view that? Like,
First off, I'm gonna beat his ass for one, for not listening to me and not go on that shit. But secondly, like,
how would you
That-
prevent your child to do that?
I tell you what, hitting them probably
The
isn't
only
going to
part-
prevent them from doing that.
because you guys were on a very, it's a back and forth content because like one, you remember whenever we were all young, whenever the internet came out,
Mm.
all we had to worry about was just delete the fucking cookies. That's it. The history and the cookies. That's it. They will never find out. But now you have simpler ways where it doesn't even matter. But the fact is, like, we are getting more prone to just say, how do I say it?
Being sexual.
Disobeying?
Yeah.
Being bratty?
So like what
It's
so what I
okay.
want to know is, as a parent, what do you think that Twitch as a platform should take the precautions to prevent children from stumbling upon streamers who are clearly marked 18 plus?
Now, obviously, like, whenever you said stuff earlier, there's nothing you can do about that. There's nothing I can really actually think of. But the thing you got to do is put your kids more into. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine.
I just work
you're
11
getting
hour
really
shift.
passionate.
Lock your
So,
children in a
like,
box
as a
and don't let them
parent,
out until they're 18.
Do
There's
you
the solution.
do you just have a son?
Yes, I just.
How old is your son? He's newborn?
He's a fresh newborn, but I also had a previous girlfriend that had a 4-month to 3 year.
Okay, so as a parent, when your child starts to come into situations where they would be exposed to sexual
They're
content
learning.
that you know that like you can't really realistically 100% prevent them from seeing it, would you actually educate them about sex and what sex is and what happens on the internet, or would you just not talk about it and pretend they never find it?
Fuck no, I tell them exactly how it is because I'm not trying to have grandsons yet. I mean, if anything, more or
My
less,
mom's asking for
I'd rather-
grandchildren.
You ain't raising no grandbabies.
Not yet,
21,
not
my
yet.
mom's asking for grandchildren already because she got pregnant at 16, and I
My
was like,
mom just got 3 new grandchildren. She should be set for another couple years.
Cast, what would you like to
Oh,
add?
Lord.
I have a question for Daddy Hiatus.
Hey, that's what we actually call him
Daddy.
in the Discord.
So-
Yeah.
So you're a parent. I think we established that you're the only parent that's in here right now, which is awesome.
Positive Kitty shaking her head.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, she's got 2. Shout out to mom up there. So would you
And Manic.
And Manic?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Danny, quiet your fucking keyboard. Holy shit.
Blue key.
Jesus.
So my question is, if a content platform were to take extra steps to help you protect your children from some sort of content like lewds or nudes, would you be more appreciative of that platform, or would it not really like have any impact on you?
I would be very more appreciative of that. The thing is, as being a parent, I'm going to be hounding him or her, whichever you want to put it to. Because, like, they may get on a computer, but overall, I'm going to have the full fucking control. I'm going to be looking at every single fucking site. I'm going to be looking at every little fucking detail that they're going to be on. And at the same time, it's not going to be in their own little safe space till they're about older enough, till I taught them how to respect and know what the hell is right. I mean, obviously, we've all done bad shit as we were kids. I
was
want
a
him to
demon
learn from his
child.
mistakes. Yes.
Can I ask you one more thing?
Can
you don't have to
sorry.
disclose. I'm sorry.
Positive Kitty, I know you're a mother. Would you like to chime in at all on what Cast asked as well?
Oh, she's a mom? I had no idea.
She's a mom of 2, I believe.
I asked earlier if anybody else was parents, and like Manic was
She
just
raised
like,
her
I'm
hand.
the
So-
only
And then
one.
Manic, I'm gonna do you next if
I'm
that's all
legally
right.
blind. I'm legally blind.
I am a mother of 2 daughters that are 9 and 10, and they both actually are on the autism spectrum, so I kind of got that as well. So when it comes to my daughters, especially, yeah, there's moments where they will like to go on a tablet or on the Switch. Wait, I'm lucky I have parent control on the Switch. That's a surprise. But when it comes to the tablet, they will go on Google Play or they will go on the iPad or they will just go and click and download on the games. And then there is a couple of times that they try to download Snapchat, and that was a whole different story. They actually like to take my phone and actually play around with my stuff as well. And I have to be right there being a helicopter, like a helicopter parent. That's one thing a lot of parents don't do. They're not helicopter parents, so they're not literally watching the kids.
They want to be cool moms and dads.
Exactly.
Yep.
Quick interjection. Danny has to go. So
Yeah, I got 3 fresh new babies that need attention, and I need to check on them and make sure that they're doing okay. And then I have a couple other things to do. So as a
final
closing
thoughts, closing statement.
My final thoughts are titty streamers are people too. People need to stop caring about what other people are doing and focus more on themselves, because I feel like if everybody just focused on what they were doing and trying to be their best self, that Twitch as a whole would be better. Because if we really just stay in our lanes and we try to better ourselves, then realistically, if everybody's doing their best to be a better person, then Twitch would be fucking rainbows and sunshines. But people need to let go of that judgment and that hatred, because the best suggestion I have for you is, if you hate a titty streamer, talk to that titty streamer off stream, person to person, and you will find out that that titty streamer is a person too, and she has thoughts and opinions and ideas and a life story too, just like you. Just because she's got boobies and she likes to show them, it doesn't make her a bad person. And TLDR, stay in your fucking lane. Also follow me on Twitch and Twitter, because sometimes I'm funny.
She's
No,
hilarious.
You're funny as fuck. Shut up.
Sometimes I'm funny. And if you ever want your cards read, I can fucking tell you your past, present, future, if somebody loves you or hates you, or if you're gonna be successful on Twitch. And cards don't lie, and neither do I. So that's great.
Hey, they're right.
So follow me on Twitch. Follow me everywhere. I'm not in Oreo's chat because I don't believe in negativity, so I never read chats. Or
Good.
Chat has actually been
That's-
really good.
that's the right- that's the right
my
call.
thing is, I just don't believe in negativity when I'm on podcasts, and I feel like if I'm reading chats while I'm on a podcast, it distracts me from my thoughts, and it actually sways my opinions, because I feel like I need to conform to what chat is saying. So I completely ignore it. So Oreo can shout me out if he desires, but I'm Delightfully Danny on Twitch. If you go there, you'll find fucking everything else. So I gotta go take care of my babies. So it was nice having you all. I
Yes.
will
Danny.
even who's saying that?
Daddy hiatus.
What's up, Daddy hiatus?
Content is content, and I'm jealous. So
That's okay. Listen, if you got boobies, honey, Victoria's Secret has bombshell bras, $25. Get one too. Get a crop top.
With makeup, you can contour cleavage on too.
Nothing.
Yes,
is
I've seen guys do it. It's amazing.
Nothing is stopping guys from putting on a putting on a bra and wearing a crop top. I guarantee you, if you go on Twitch tomorrow in a push-up bra and a crop top, you'll have 100 concurrent viewers. People will eat that up.
I would love to see
That's
it.
some
I
negative
want
double
more
A. Baby,
male-
grab me one of your
I
shirts.
want more lewd male creators.
That's my conclusion.
I want more lewd male creators.
I enjoyed talking with
Uh,
everybody. I'm glad we kept it respectful. I'm glad you all have opinions. I all respect your opinions. But at the end of the day, just remember that your opinions are about human beings, and you need to be considerate when you're talking about other human beings. That's all I have to say. Peace out. I'm gonna go take
All right.
Danny.
Thank you
Bye,
for
guys.
being here. Much
Bye.
appreciated.
Bye,
Bye,
guys.
Danny.
Bye.
Bye.
All right.
How do I mute this? Oh fuck. Okay.
Oh, Penelope.
Love how
What's
we
up?
went from talking about
So-
titty streamers
Oh.
to kids. Sorry.
Yeah,
So,
we
just, like,
honestly, this was good because that was actually one topic that I wanted to hit on about the effects it has on children and everything. So we covered 2 in 1. Penelope,
Penelope
though,
has
I'll
something
give
to
you the
say.
floor.
Okay, so I have 2 things to say because I want to talk about the men in lewds thing, but I wanted to second what Kitty was saying about the Switch. I was on the eShop one day just looking around, and I found an anime game massage girls' body parts and stuff, and it was just so easy to get and like $5.99, and I was like mind blown because this is a Nintendo product.
I saw those when I was a kid too.
And I couldn't even believe it. It's like it's supposed to be a reflexology trainer, but what it really was just like kneading people's like inner thighs and stuff. And it was really, so I understand that. So yeah, watch your kids on the Switch. The other thing I wanted to say is that men can absolutely be lewd streamers, tank top streamers, titty streamers, whatever you want to call it. The reason that they aren't, and the reason you don't see it, is because they are uncomfortable with the idea of other men jerking them.
I'm
And
not.
I think for a lot of them, that's what it comes down to. That you're marketing to other men, and a lot of people, they don't want to think about the gross things that men are going to do.
What do you guys think of like a guy? I saw somebody post something on Twitter earlier about saying that men should make OnlyFans pages where like you pay so much and they'll like call you and like talk to you before you go to sleep, or like there's one where like video chat
Why
you
not?
and like pick out an outfit for your like virtual date. What do you guys think about
I
that?
fucking
kinda
love
bomb.
that.
Sounds good.
That sounds
I don't have a boyfriend. I don't date. It would be nice to have a man's opinion on my outfit.
X hiatus.
Okay, so you,
Take my money.
the thing I wanted to go from was the YouTube thing with the Spider-Man situation that was going on with the parent.
Oh, the Spider-Man and
I just wanted to
Elsa
bring that up.
thing.
That
Yeah.
was the main thing I wanted to bring up, and I just
What
completely.
Spider-Man thing?
So I think it was like a year or 2 ago. There was this big controversy with YouTube
cutting out again.
Kids. God damn it! Really? There was this controversy on YouTube a while back with Spider-Man and Elsa videos that were being essentially marketed to children. It was on YouTube Kids, if I'm not mistaken, but it did have a lot of overtly sexual content in them, like dry humping and that stuff of the sort.
Can I stop you for a second right there? That whole situation, they YouTube just got like into a lot of trouble for collecting data on children's information.
Yeah.
So they're actually not allowed to do that anymore.
Yep.
Not only is it punishing them, but it's also punishing the creators. 'Cause now the creators lost 60 to 70% of their revenue.
So that little kid that
laundered
like
to children.
spends all day playing with toys and makes like millions and millions of dollars, he's not gonna make any money off of it.
No,
anymore.
he's probably
Um,
making like thousands now instead.
Yeah.
That kid's set for life anyway. So
yeah, I
I
know.
made a doggy.
Rora, you got your hand up.
But like that's the kind of stuff like I was trying to like get at when it comes to like content creation, kids, and then everything else. Like you gotta like watch over your kids, and then you gotta go over this, and that. It's all over the fucking place.
Rora, take it away.
I'm just fucking with you. I've been holding my hand up this whole time just to literally say I'm fucking with you.
Jesus Christ. You're not invited on the next show.
I made an octopus.
All right. Well, I think that's a good place to end that topic off on. I think we definitely covered a lot more than I thought we would. Which brings me to what I think should probably be our last topic, and I think is probably the most polarizing of which, and I'm sure all of you know what it is. The ultimate question, ladies and gentlemen. Are girl streamers stealing my viewers?
No.
Who wants to go first?
Because the boys that are watching me and jerking off to me would never watch your content anyways.
I think there's spillover. I genuinely think there's spillover a little bit here and there. Like, say, if I'm on Twitch, I might click and look at something nice for a little bit that I find attractive, but I'm there for a reason. If someone's there for games, they're mainly going to watch games. If someone's there for boobies, they might filter over and look at a game here or there, but they're definitely focusing on the thing they're there for.
Well, then that we're still not stealing views because if they like both, they'll watch both.
Exactly. It's if anything, with the spillover, you're benefiting from people coming to look at boobs because they might like a certain game.
Streamers raiding you, especially if a titty streamer raids you. Like,
That sounds.
raids exist for a reason.
All right, Penelope.
I think that this idea of people stealing your views is just a way to deflect from looking at themselves. People don't like to look at what's wrong with themselves. And so they go, well, I'm not doing well on Twitch because those girls in tank tops just draw everybody in. You're probably not doing well on Twitch because your content may be off or your marketing isn't good. I'm not going to say it sucks because there's lots of really good content out there that doesn't get viewers because people don't know how to market. And this is marketing.
The assumption is too with almost anyone on Twitch, it doesn't matter who, anyone successful on Twitch is they're not working hard enough for it and they don't deserve it, right? So I think that's a big part of it too, is people assume that, oh, I don't have to work hard. So then they get mad at people that they see more successful than them. Why isn't it working for me? And I think again, it's a question of you need to look within yourself and think, how do I improve my content? Because you sitting there doing the same stagnant shit over and over and over isn't going to help your fucking channel. Stop complaining and fucking do something.
If you're tweeting
Like
out
me.
more blue than white, you're tweeting wrong.
Awkward Canadian.
I am playing Fortnite
Awkward Canadian.
a year in a row. I don't use Twitter,
Awkward
I don't use Instagram, I don't do
Canadian.
nothing, and I'm not active
Awkward
enough.
Canadian.
This is just a neutral point of view. I don't want anyone to take this the wrong way because I don't think that just people like titty streamers like take views away from people. At the end of the day, as a streamer, whenever you stream, you're taking away people's views. Like if someone is watching a channel and they see you go live, no matter what the reason, they might hop over to your stream instead. And that's just how Twitch works, right? Because like if I'm watching someone live and then my favorite Twitch streamer goes live, I'm probably going to hop over to theirs. At the end of the day, we're all stealing each other's views.
I agree. She has a good point.
Cast plays. What would you?
So I wrote some stuff down
Hubby.
here.
He's got notes. Oh shit.
You know,
Shit.
some-
All right.
I'm also
Everybody
taking
get
notes.
down.
one of the
I also have a note document open.
I had it open earlier. I was streaming my like research for this, the half-assed research I did. One of the questions on the topic thing was like bad content, wrong platform. I think there's a lot of bad content on Twitch. Probably 80% of it is bad. People playing bad games or whatever, however you want to say it. But you know, Twitch really isn't just about video games anymore, and it hasn't been for a while.
It never
We've
has
got-
been.
It never was.
We've
Never
got
has been.
art, we've got creative stuff, we've got music, we even have like sports now. I think you can watch like football. And
I used to stream on JTV back in the day, and it was not fucking gaming. I'm an OG.
Twitch came from JTV.
the whole just chatting thing is just one part of that whole multitude of these like secondary activities to gaming. Even though everybody wants to say that Twitch is supposed to be some gaming platform, which I don't agree with. Obviously, no one here does either. And I don't really see a problem with somebody just hanging out with their Twitch chat and hanging out with them and talking to them, and maybe they are wearing something that is a little fashionable, like a crop top, like we had learned about earlier from Danny. I don't know anything about fashion, obviously. Look at what I'm wearing, but
We're wearing the same thing, guys.
crop
Sorry.
tops.
so like you know, I don't really think this is the wrong platform or that booby streamers are necessarily making bad content.
All right.
It's just the way people come into Twitch itself or any platform. It's just the way they look at your photo right in the front page and say, "Oh, look, you're a titty streamer. Maybe I'll go see you." It's just the way things are.
It's 50-50. Either make it big because you went viral one moment, or you worked hard enough to make it big, or don't make it and you quit, and you quit because you feel like your work isn't you're working too hard and not getting enough or whatever, and you move on to something else. Like, it's 50-50. You're gambling.
Oh boy. Cast. You had.
I just want to
you had a
address chat
reaction.
here. Prisma Lynn
I got
said,
you.
"You own that Walmart shirt, bro. I got
I
this
got
shirt
you.
from Stitch Fix.
Bruh.
It is not a Walmart shirt. God damn it!
One.
Don't you
Oh.
ever tell me that I'm wearing a
Fine.
Walmart shirt.
The Walmart
Canceled.
I love chat up until now. Now I'm fucking triggered at chat.
Canceled.
Holy shit.
Prisma Lynn's canceled.
47 cents.
47 cents?
$1.47 for this tank top.
This
Jeez.
was free because my mom bought it.
There you go.
This is Walmart. Know your brands. Out of here! I'm out of here. No one knows the brand.
I actually don't know what brand this is. It's probably a Walmart
It's
knockoff.
on the tag, most likely.
All right. So just a quick random question for everybody. How are we doing on time? Does anybody have to go shortly or?
I
Nah,
have
you should
like
stay up till
classes
3
and
a.m.
stuff early in the morning. I was gonna head out like 10-15 minutes, but
All right. Then I think if you guys are okay with it, I think we've discussed pretty much everything that we could on this topic, unless somebody else wants to interject something. But if that's
we
the
could
case,
do closing and self promo.
yes. Yeah. Then I think let's get to closing statements. We'll kind of do the same order we did last time. Just go in order, starting with positive and on X hiatus. So if any of you would like to interject anything or have any final words, this is your chance. Penelope.
Shout outs to Bearded Donkey for not being dead. He's in.
Yes, Bearded Donkey has been getting
Let's
screwed
not get our
around
hopes
all
up,
day.
okay? Tornadoes
and
are probably still there.
that
I'm
tornado is
excited
like
to see him in the chat. It's a.
I was born during a tornado, so I know tornado.
And mods in the chat, I would ask that you shout out each member of this panel as we do the closing statements and allow people to go check out their Twitch or Twitter or whichever social media medium they would like to follow. So we'll start with Positive Kitty.
Either way, everyone, titty streamers or not titty streamers, we're still content creators, so just let us be humans and let us respect us.
All right. Would you like to plug anything?
Just my Twitch.
All right, guys, you can go check out Positive Kitty on twitch.tv/Positive Kitty. Somebody shouted her out, so you guys have a chance to jump on that. Lollybat.
I'm human. I may be, a little sexy, but I'm human. Treat me like a human. Just focus on what you love. That's all I ask you to do. Focus on what you love. If you don't like someone, block, mute, ignore. Also, my non-lewd Twitter is _lollybat_. My lewd Twitter, if anybody wants it, is lewd the lollybat. At Twitch, I'm just Lollybat. I, as I said earlier, I'm a variety streamer where I stream art. I stream Minecraft. I'm making a Minecraft realm right currently now. We're building an amusement park. I said art. I do cosplay. I do makeup. I do Killing Floor 2. I play Left 4 Dead 2 still. I play Halo. I'm an OG
Oh my
gamer.
god.
where
I
play
remember
the
when
old
Left 4
game.
Dead 2 came out. Don't say, like, I still play this game. Like, really? It's that old now? Jesus.
Chad, I do digital art, anime style.
Ugh.
So
They are making a new Left 4 Dead though, supposedly.
Oh, yeah, I heard
I'm
about that.
excited for that.
All right. Rora.
All right. Well, I guess I'm going to start off by apologizing for my voice and volume because I saw people in chat complaining. But the issue is when I'm doing a podcast and
You're
everybody's talking
too
over each
quiet.
other.
Can you speak louder?
Oh my god! So when I'm doing a podcast and everyone's talking over each other, I don't have a headset on, so it's coming through my speakers really loud, so that my stream picks it up. So I'm having a hard time with my audio right now. I'm getting a headset. Someone actually donated me one. I also have an incredibly loud and grating voice, and for that I apologize as well. So I guess I'll go and just close by saying I think that, again, people should focus on improving their own content. And I believe it's also a responsibility of the platforms as well, and in the parents, as far as lewd and as far as e-girls or titty streamers. I believe as long as it's within TOS, even though our current TOS is a very blurry, terrifying line, I think for most streamers that it's okay as long as you're following TOS. But I'll go ahead and plug my Twitch. I do cooking streams. I game. I zoom in my face a lot. It's kind of gross. And I turn trolls into content. So check out my Twitter and check out my Twitch if that's your sort of thing.
All right. Cast plays.
Speaking of growing content, I've just returned from a really long daddy hiatus from streaming, and I am back officially today. I'm going to be tackling issues like this any chance I get with anybody I can get to talk to me. I want to invite everybody on this panel, everybody in the chat, and everybody on Twitter to engage with me and talk with me about these issues. Because I think there's a lot of important issues out there. I'm also going to be really fucking bad at Call of Duty Modern Warfare, okay? Really fucking bad at it. So go and follow me at Twitter, at Twitch, Cast Plays. That's it. KASTPLAYS.
He's also Daddy
Thanks.
Santa.
I'm also Daddy Santa.
All right. Awkward Canadian.
So just to close like this debate, I just wanted to say I think everyone should just do what makes them happy at the end of the day. Like I can't be someone to sit here and tell you what you can and can't do. Everyone's gonna do what they want to do at the end of the day, and everyone's entitled to their own opinions and to what they want to do. For my plugs, my Twitter and Twitch are both Awkward Canadian, like how you see on the screen. And I do stream quite a bit. I try to stream almost every other day. And right now I'm only streaming for my PS4, but I'm trying to save up for a PC.
She's a cutie. Go help her.
You guys are so
I
nice.
beat
I'm
you
gonna
if you
cry.
don't support her.
She's the sweetest human, seriously, you guys. She's so sweet. She cried like almost when I rated her. She's so sweet.
Love Roar. Roar's the best. You got to check her out too. She's the whole reason why I'm here. So thank you, Roar, for that. And yeah, I don't know. I just love everyone that supports me, and I love building a community, and it makes me so happy that people actually want to watch my content. So yeah, I hope you all have a great day, and I love you all. That is all.
All right. Thank you for that. Manic.
I'm not muted, am I?
No, we can hear you. You're good.
I know I came in as the anti guy, but I mean, I came in going to prove that, like, you know, I'm not scared of a label. Nobody should be either. I debated the topics today because they needed to be debated from an anti perspective. Do I really think like that? I don't know. Some days I do, some days I don't. You know, it's also coming from not just a streamer, content creator, whatever you want to fucking call me, but as a parent. You know, I got real strongly when we started bringing up the kid situation. How do I act if my daughter were to be put in these situations? To be, you know, I got to look at it from a lot of different perspectives, but I also wasn't scared to be labeled the anti guy, and I was really fucking worried about that. I mean, I kept throwing it in chat like, yo, I don't anti thing, because, you know, but at the same time, nobody else would step up to the plate and at least debate the situation from the anti perspective. Whether I was or not is still in question. You know, there are situations I was, situations I wasn't. You know, it all comes down to, like, do what you love. I don't give a shit either way. You know, I do what I love, whether I have 1 viewer, 0 viewers, 5 viewers, 15, 50, don't fucking matter. I do what I love. You find me at twitch.tv /medic_studios, Twitter, all that shit. I was even joking about this shit. I don't give a shit either way. But medic_studios TX, or you can find us on our podcast game show at twitch.tv /SagaGather every Wednesday and Friday.
He's also the last man on the planet wearing his hat sideways. Just so everybody knows.
Oh, wow.
I can't even argue that. I think I switched like my hat around like this whole entire.
It's like a
But,
planet
I mean-
revolving around the sun.
Dude, I probably really am the only motherfucker that wears his hat like.
I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes I do it too because I don't want the bill in my like the head coverage.
Yeah, see, it's a comfort thing for me. I've just grown so shit. Half my pictures, I'm not
It just
same
depends where-
position,
I
same
don't want
hat.
the bill in my vision.
But no, I appreciate you guys, being chill. I was really worried not knowing a single soul here, and I appreciate, whether it got heated or not. I don't give a shit. It's the appreciation of everyone getting their opinion out. So I appreciate you guys and.
Because of this, like I met some really nice people. Like Manic and I follow each other on my and he's really interested.
And for those
in my
that don't know,
art.
that is an inside joke. That's why I keep laughing. So like,
it is
that's what
an
I'm
inside
saying.
joke.
I'm not knocking content. I was just like,
No,
yeah,
I
let me follow your
totally
art shit.
understand. I'm not being mad at him or salty at him. I just find it. I understand it. That's why I created it. But like,
See,
he
being
and
the
I were talking about
anti-guy?
art. he and I were talking about art, and we grew a little closer. Cass Plays and I were flirting a bit in chat. Rora and we were talking about lewd content with Danny and who else? Positive Kitty, you were in there. You were being a little quiet in there. We were all bullying
Hey, I do
Oreo side too, so we all bonded over bullying Oreo.
That's typically how most people bond anyway. That's I'm used to it at this point. All right. Penelope.
Right. I guess I want to sum it up by saying that it doesn't really matter what content someone makes. It's not if you can block them, you can mute them, you can leave. Your right to swing your fist stops an inch from my face. So your morals, your puritanical values, they don't mean anything to me. And I say this as someone who does not make lewd content. I exercise on Twitch. I guess this is where my plug starts. I exercise, I cook, I
Good
play with
transition.
green objects in front of a green screen with cosmic backgrounds that I've made in Photoshop. We go out and we walk trails. We go to the mountain, we drive, we travel, we do everything. We live our best life together. I love to take you with me because I have a very active life. So you just live life with me and we get to live it together.
All
I
right.
might actually do that because I need to exercise.
Actually, I say that people should send me their Fitbits and I'll just wear them on my arm and I will.
I love that.
All right. Awesome. Last but not least, Daddy, take it away.
Daddy hiatus.
Oh fuck. Pretty much nothing to worry about. I'm a nobody. I'm just a mailman and a daddy hiatus, and that's all. Just trying to, I guess, play fucking Fortnite, even though that's all goddamn overrated. Fuck that game, but it's so much fun with my friends. And I'm just gonna be trying to start up YouTube soon. That's it.
Hey, I'm trying to start up my YouTube.
All right.
Same.
Manic's raising his hand.
Manic's raising his hand.
I gotta say what. Yeah, I gotta say one more thing. I gotta give props to my girlfriend who's been working her ass off on this, but she is still fucking. I don't know if you can see that, but she is still going hard on that painting. And it's my
I
Christmas
can
present.
kind of make it
And
out.
that whole time we have been podcasting, and even before that, her ass off. So I just gotta commend her for.
That's a shout out to your girlfriend.
Very
Hell
cool.
yeah.
Hey, wait a minute. That's a double shout out.
Yeah, you should have used your allotted shout out time.
Ooh, did I cheat the system?
Got that in there. That
all
1-2
right.
punch.
If you're gonna do that, I have no boyfriend. I'm single.
Me too.
Single as a Pringle.
But my choice.
It's not my choice because I get ghosted.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Wait, I thought we agreed earlier I was gonna move to Wisconsin. You weren't gonna be single anymore.
See?
To move to Wisconsin, I'm waiting.
I can't wait for the co-stream.
Oh my god, I'd love that. My dad also might join me in doing a podcast with me.
I love both.
Oh, that would be awesome.
My whole community is like, "Where's Daddy Bat? Where's Daddy Bat?" Because they hear him every once in a while when we talk about food or something going on, and people are like, "I want to hear a podcast," because they hear stories about him all the goddamn time. So like, "I want to hear a podcast from you too." we'd be against TOS all the time. Because we'd mentioned streamers and how Twitch has been going and stuff like that. So I was like, I don't know about that. My dad actually is like, just let me find a good headset with a good mic. I was like, so I might start a podcast with my dad.
Oh yeah, that'd be awesome.
That'd be great.
And he knows I do lewd content. I've talked to him about
I would love
that.
to hear him talk about this.
Oh my god.
His
That too,
only
actually, that'd be
rule, he has one rule. He doesn't want to see it.
Fair.
And
That makes sense.
I cannot do lewd photo shoots in the clothes he buys me
Also fair.
at present.
Oh,
That's fair. That is fair.
very.
That's
fair.
very fair. I
Very
never do
interesting.
lewd things in clothes he buys me.
How the fuck does he
And
approach
that I
that?
stay his innocent little princess on the outside.
All right.
It's just his
Um,
daughter with a job, man.
with that being said, hi everyone.
Yes, that's a cute kitty.
Even
Another
though I can't dye my hair.
um, another
voice.
another shout out to Bearded Donkey for being here while he was. He was also a very great contribution to this panel, and I'd like to make sure he gets a shout out as well. And we'll get him on the next show whenever the hell that might be. So whenever the next hot topic hits Twitter that I can milk for clout and get a bunch of people on my show, absolutely, we'll have him on.
Do it up.
Is this not going to be a weekly thing, Oreo?
Yeah, we'll be
You
here.
know, honestly, I will say, you guys did very incredibly well. I'm actually very pleasantly surprised with how well this went, how tame everybody was, and how I didn't have to kick anybody out. I think it stayed.
I told you in the group chat, since we were civil for the past few hours, it's not gonna go bad during the when we get into voice.
Oh, for
I
sure.
told you, it was
I did
gonna go
literally
great.
nothing at work today because I was in that group chat.
I almost didn't stream because of that group chat, but it was 70 degrees and we weren't wasting it.
I
Which
didn't
is
stream.
Sorry.
I think doing the group chat first was the best thing ever.
I agree.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
late to my stream because of the damn group chat.
That's the way it goes, you know.
Do we have to get rid of the group chat?
We
No.
don't have to.
No,
We don't. We can
like
keep
it.
it. That's
No,
fine. I don't know.
Too long. I still
I'm never
wanna be
leaving that
buddies.
group.
Well-
I'm never leaving this group chat.
We'll make it Oreo's Happy Poopy Club. That's what we'll call it, and we can all just
Fantastic.
share
No,
memes.
no, we're gonna make the
Do what?
make it the daddy club.
Oh, that's true. We do. Well, I mean, we do have a few daddies, and a few
Heyo.
daddies.
We can all be daddies at heart.
That's true.
Yeah.
Hashtag Daddy Gang. Oh my
I'm a
God.
daddy.
Daddy time.
Oh, jeez.
Hell yeah.
But
I see myself as a daddy.
Hey, we got some fur parents.
all right, guys, thank you all so much for being on. It was a pleasure.
Oreo podcast name Daddy Club. I love it.
Oh God, we'll talk. I'll talk with my
You
agent.
might have to fight with Dr. Disrespect on that club.
Probably. I wouldn't. Yeah. Ugh.
Bearded Donkey said Oreo and stuff. I agree with.
I love
I
that.
love all
I-
the titles that we
Oh
came
my
up with.
god, that's amazing.
They always make it
think
about
that's
the
a great
fucking
one.
cookies.
Ty,
That's your fault, bro.
I know. I stepped
Oreo's
into that.
trying to leave here, and he's like, God damn it.
I'm trying, guys. So, some of you might not know, and some of you might know, but at the end of my streams, I always like to do what's called a raid, and I like to find.
fuck yeah.
I've been actually looking for somebody to raid during the closing statements, and I can't.
My necklace has been falling apart and going into my bra, and there's a collective bunch in my bra. I hate my
Who do
necklace.
I raid? Do any of you guys have any suggestions for who to raid?
Is
I'll-
it against TOS to reach down and get the pieces out?
There's a really, I think he's really underrated. He plays like Minecraft with like his cousin, and he literally gets like 1 to 2 viewers like a stream, and he only has like 20 followers. But I think he's really good, and he's like really funny and stuff. And he would actually probably cry if you rated him right now with this many people. I'm not gonna cap.
All right, do you
Let's
guys
do it.
want to
Let's
make
do it.
somebody
Let's go
cry
make
tonight?
someone's day.
Yeah, let's make someone cry.
Put his. Did you? Who is it?
Do you want me to just link his Twitch in like the group chat or something?
Yeah, go for it.
Do it. Let's make someone cry.
Ready to make someone
Oreo.
cry.
He's not even gonna know what to do, guys. Like, I don't even know how he's gonna react right now.
I
make him cry.
think this should be something we do every time we have a show.
Please.
Yeah, if we
Find
find
somebody
somebody
with
small,
one viewer
that's
and go
good.
raid them with like
Please.
Find
60 to
somebody
100
somebody that we
people.
know is really small.
All right.
Thank you, Chad. Chad's being nice. See,
All right.
if more
No.
boys were like Chad.
So, my closing statement. Again, thank you guys for being on the show. Everybody in the chat that contributed. It's been an amazing show. I honestly didn't think it was going to go this well, but guess what? It happened. Thank you to everybody who came at me with follows, hosts, raids, cheerbits, subs, resubs, everything. Thank you guys for supporting the channel. I really appreciate that. And ultimately, I'm very happy that we were able to have this very polarizing, or this topic, this discussion on this very polarizing topic in a very civilized manner. And hopefully it ends up being somewhat transformative. That's the hope. If not, well, I tried. I gave it a shot.
Save the VOD and post it on YouTube.
Oh yeah, no, that's definitely gonna happen.
I made a local recording if you didn't.
So, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a raid. So stick around for that. Let's make this person cry. Hopefully, it's a good cry.
We're sadistic bastards.
Thank you everybody for watching. Greatly appreciated. Manic, thank you for the 2 gifted subs. Very much
I'm not
appreciated.
gonna lie, I clicked the wrong button.
No chargeback.
Okay, this guy literally has 2
I gave a bullshit that one. I was like, fuck. Like, whatever, fuck it.
Whatever. I'm not gonna say no to it. So it's simple
You know
as
what?
that.
I'm gonna set my aim status. I'm out. I'm done.
Yeah.
All right. Without further
Did he say
ado,
his aim status?
His aim status. I'll see y'all on IRC later.
oh damn. All right, it's time to raid, everybody.
Oh boy.
Let's
Oh no, Goji just showed
frickin'
up. Goji,
let's frickin' go.
Boy,
We're raiding. The stream is over. Everybody get the fuck out.
Bye,
It's time to wrap this shit up.
I'll see you over there.
Hit the link.
Everybody get wild, get wet, get wicked, and give this guy a heck of a raid. Guys,
Oh, he's gonna
thank you all again for watching. We're out of here. Enjoy the raid, everybody. Thank you so much.
Bye, you guys.
Bye.